Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. It's going to be our boy Queen joining you at the caster's desk, along with my lovely co-caster Universe, to walk you through the real spices of today's matches. And speaking of today's matches, Universe, what are you feeling?
I am, excited and pumped. I mean, it is going to be pretty much a battle of survival today, I would like to say, because we've got a pretty interesting match coming up today in the first half. The 1 p.m. game is not something that we need to be, looking at, okay, it's just another game, because this is a game where both of these teams are going to be fighting for their survival in this competition. And it is going to be very, very interesting to see who exactly is going to turn up on top today.
But anyway, we are going to be showing you the matchups for today to show you exactly what you're going to be seeing today. And the first match of the day is going to be Team Tempest going up against Team Inazuma. The second one is going to be Team Valor going up against Force One. Now, for the first matchup, Tempest and Inazuma, not a lot of footprint that they've left, but they're showing great strides in the TEC Gauntlet, and I'm loving what they're giving. And at the same time, I am not really sure what we're going to be seeing from this matchup, but it seems like it's going to be an interesting one because they're both wild cards. They're both stuff that we haven't seen a lot from before. So honestly, I am just waiting for that to unfold on our screens. And for the match 2, Team Valor against Force One. Force One is looking so coordinated right now, and they're coming back with a punch. They're coming back with that storm. And Team Valor also not that far behind. They're giving it their all. And I'm really, really interested to see what is going to be coming up for today.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to be very important for these two teams, at the very least, Inazuma and Tempest, to win out this match that isn't ahead of them, because if they don't, then they're going to be facing a relegation battle coming in, and I'm pretty sure none of these teams want that. So Inazuma and Tempest, they have quite a bit of work to be done today, and they need to be on their toes, and they need to make sure that they don't give away the same mistakes that they've done in the past, and they don't really get out of their zone that they have put themselves into winning shoes or whatever that they're thinking. They need to be on their best game today, because if they don't win at this out, they are not going to have any more chances left, because I presumably think this is their 6th match, and they probably will have only one more, and that is going to be it for them after that.
True. Speaking of relegation, I want to give the audience a little bit more of a visual aid to understand what's happening. So we're going to be going into the group standings to show you exactly what Universe was talking about. And he is right. The group standings are looking really, really fine right now. But at the same time, Team Valor is at 3 wins and 2 losses. They've got 6 points on the board. They're not that far behind. They've got a lot going for them. But then again, if they start losing points right now, it's going to be really, really shaky for them. They've got 5 matches down. This is going to be the 6th one. They'll get one more shot. And at the same time, they might be able to retain their position. But Team Tempest, though, they're looking really weak. 1 win, 4 losses, and 3 points. Not really sure what they're going to be doing. It's going to be a sort of Hail Mary for them, Universe. Because if they don't start bringing it back right now, it's going to be really, really, really shaky for them. It also depends upon what team Inazuma is going to be bringing up against Force One. I'm sorry, Team Inazuma is going to going to be bringing up for team against Team Valor, and then it's going to be Team Force One against Tempest, if I'm not wrong. They're kind of close together. Valor and Inazuma are close together, so it's not really that much of a difference. So doesn't matter who's going to be winning. I still think that they're going to be maintaining their position, but it depends upon what Tempest is going to be bringing up against Force One, because that is more of a really last resort sort of stand up.
Yeah, I would agree, but I think you got a little bit of a mistake over there, Quinn. It's actually Tempest versus Inazuma. Yeah, Valor is facing Force One later today. It's between the fifth and sixth position to see who exactly is gonna come on top over there. And the thing about Inazuma right here is because if they win this matchup, they're gonna go on level terms with Valor, but Valor will still have a match in hand. Inazuma, this is their last stride towards success. It's their last, few steps that they're gonna be able to take to go to that fourth position. And they need Valor to make some missteps now. And the way this is gonna pan out is gonna be very interesting because it's gonna be a fight of potentially two teams for that one spot. If not, Tempest can win this out today. It's going to be blown wide open between three teams. And It's all up to Valor to not give up that position which is there, but they have quite a task on themselves today to face off Force One, who are looking pretty good themselves. They have only one loss, which came against the hands of Global, and now they're gonna have to face off the Force One. And if Valor they bring out a win today against all odds, ahead of today's evening matchup, and they go up to 8 points, then I think Inazuma and Tempest are quite going to be stuck in that position of 5 and 6 unless Simple can carve out one win out of the next two matches and they can overtake Tempest in any sort of situation. So there's quite a bit of factors that's affecting here because Tempest could just slip down to the bottom of the table, or Insignia could just put up one win, or Simple could put up one win and they could go right above the team of Tempest. But the question is whether they're going to be able to do that or not. And yeah, it's going to be a very tight affair. Who's going to get relegated at the end of this group stages?
True. You are so right. And yes, I did have a little bit of a mess up there. I mean, it's one of those lazy Tuesday mornings. I'm pretty sure the audience is having a few of our audience members are also having that. And also, if you are, and if you want to get a little bit of energy going for the match that is going to be coming, honestly, go down. You will see the QR code coming up. Scan your QR codes, get yourself some Red Bulls, and join me. Because even I'm a little bit tired. Everybody has those days. Pick up your cans of Red Bulls and get your energy going. But at the same time, Universe is absolutely right. Tempest is facing certain death. And honestly, they have to step up their game right now, or else it's going to be really, really hard for them. But anyway, we are going to be going into the MVP standings to show you which players have hit the hardest in the TEC Gauntlet. And that, as always, is going to be Deathmaker at the top. I don't think the man can be dethroned, Universe. Not really sure what he's made of. Don't really know how many Red Bulls he's had, but he just is on a roll. He just can't be stopped. And he's going to be followed by Rafa and Cactus, who've maintained their positions for quite a long time. And our newest entrant is going to be MW1 from Velocity. We all know what these four people can be doing, and they're such highly talented individuals. What do you have to say about this universe?
I mean, I would like to point out the fact that even though it is, there's three players from the in the MVP standings who are there in currently the top seeding. Team Fangs have had Cactus over here since the very beginning. I mean, the man shows that he's constantly performing for his team and he's putting up so many kills, so many, impact frags that he's been here for the longest time. And although Fangs haven't had such a great time in terms of at least, winning matches, this guy has been that constant pillar for his team who they can rely upon, who they can, lean upon so that they don't really fall all the way down. And that's going to be the most important thing for them. Cactus has been doing quite a bit of work. I mean, we're not going to be seeing him play today and he's not even a part of this group. But at the same time, it is all for play because if Cactus can, do a little bit more and he can make a little bit more of those magical plays happen, Fangs might just have a better chance at getting to that playoff spot. But hey, that's on the other group, and we're not here to talk about that today. It's going to be Tempest versus Inazuma and Valor versus F1. One of the players from F1, who we can see standing right here, Rafa. He's going to be playing later tonight, and he's having pretty much of a baller, tournament so far. 225 kills. He is, he's got a pretty good ACS of 274 as well. That's absolutely mind blowing, and he's been doing pretty good for himself. The question is whether he's going to be able to continue that. But now it's going to be Tempest versus Inazuma, whose players are more reliant on teamwork than on individual prowess for the moment, because none of the players are there here, and it's all for play, right? Because there's this 1 point difference between these two teams, and whoever wins is going to get a massive advantage going into the last game of the season for themselves.
True. And yeah, well said. I don't really have a lot to add to that, but at the same time, we're going to be running you through introducing you to the people, those who aren't that familiar with Tempest. We're going to be showing you exactly what their made of, their lineup is, and we are going to be going into the team intro. This is going to be Team Tempest, comprised of Curix, AEZ, Darksod, Zoid, and Choke. And honestly, like I said before, these guys haven't left that. They're a little bit newer to the entire scene, and they're leaving great strides, but they don't have that much of a footprint. So, what do you have to say about this?
I'm pretty sure that this team is, people who have been around, like you said, they're trying to make themselves a household name over here, and they're trying to get things going for them, but it hasn't worked out for them except for the one match that they won. They played last night, and I casted that game as well, and it is quite interesting because they kind of lost out in a very disappointing manner that second game, especially because they won the third game. Sorry, I was going to say the second map was pretty much a very good showing from them on Bind against the opponent. But on the third map, Valor, they put up quite a show when 12-5. Tempest were up 12-5, and they lost that match 14-12. They did not win a single round, which is all they needed to push themselves over the line in that third map in Haven. But they just, they lost it all in the end, and they just, gave up that victory, which was very sad, honestly, because if they had won that, this whole table thing would have been blown wide open last night itself, but it's not. But let's have a look at today's player spotlight for the side of Team Tempest and who exactly is going to be shining. It was Zoid last night, and it is going to be Darksod today, actually. And he's been playing that duelist role for quite a while now, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it. Although his stats are not as good as the MVP standings players, but he gets the job done when he needs to be. Sometimes he might be a little too aggressive, and sometimes he might be giving up his lives at unfortunate moments. But other times, Darksod is quite a force to be reckoned. What do you think?
True, you're absolutely right. Because yeah, it always doesn't come down how many kills, how many deaths you have. And I'm very sure that you can get the job done, because once you come in as a duelist, your main goal, even if you die, if you get at least information for your entire team, and just start getting those kills at least for a few rounds, that is all you need. That information from the first duelist, from the entry fragger, is all you need. And I'm very sure that Darksod is exactly that. He's giving that initial piece of information that not every cipher, that not every Sova can get, and you kind of have to take it into your own hands to get into the site to understand where all the players are. And yes, I've seen a lot of teams where the duelist goes into the site, gets all the information that the team needs, but then there's nobody to back them up. But I'm really interested to see what Tempest is going to be bringing to the table. I hope that they have that coordination going on, because if that is not going to be happening, then it doesn't really matter if Darksod is on the player spotlight, because sometimes you try the hardest you can. Sometimes you just don't have that coordination, and I hope that they do. But at the same time, I'm not really sure what they're going to be bringing to the table, because I have casted a few of those Tempest matches before, but they keep changing up. Their strategies keep changing. Good at their synergy. Some days they're feeling a little low. Not really sure what's going on there. I hope they're having one of their good days today. But anyway, we talked a lot about Tempest. We are going to be talking about Team Inazuma right now. because the intro has to be given. We have to introduce you to this amazing team. And also, I'm in love with that name, Team Inazuma. Honestly, I have a really niche thing for that Japanese aesthetic, and I love that. And anyway, this is going to be Team Inazuma, comprising of Fired Up, Nike, and SK. Wow, amazing names that we've heard before. And Inazuma, although not a name that has been heard a lot, these players we have known for a long time. And that coordination is what we see. That experience on the field is what we see, which is why Team Inazuma honestly sometimes outshines teams like Team Tempest. And I hope Tempest is having a good day today, Universe. Otherwise, Inazuma might just be taking an easy win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Inazuma have shown that they can hold on to their position, and they've got 2 wins in their bag as a result of that. And they need to do quite a bit of work today as well. I mean, it's not that easy to overtake in Tempest, because we've seen them pick up second maps out of nowhere. They build up the momentum and they come in for it. But that was yesterday. And the question is whether they're going to be able to repeat the success today, right? And if they are, then it's going to be pretty good for Tempest, because it's all for them to play today, right? Because if they don't win today, it's going to be Inazuma who will be confirming their spot, at least not in the top 4 for the moment, but they will be stepping into it at the very least, and they will be giving Valor a run for their money. Will have two more matches in their hands, which one of which will be played tonight. And right now, though, it is going to be all about those players who are going to be making a difference for their teams. That one player who can probably come out on top and do things for his team. And from the side of Inazuma, we're going to see who is it in the spotlight today. It is going to be that man on the jet. It's going to be SK. Wow. I mean, this guy has been quite a bit of a showing, honestly, and he's popping off recently. Yeah, I mean, he's got 80 kills and he's got 93 deaths, but his ACS is still up there around the 215 mark. And he's doing so well for his team since the time he's joined them in, and he's been quite a bit of a driving force for them, hasn't he?
He sure has. And 80 kills, 93 deaths, those are really good stats. And that ACS, my God, we haven't seen that ACS a lot in the Gauntlet. And it's so good because sometimes I also love it when the player spotlight comes out with the KJ pickers, the Viper pickers, because then you see how much your sentinels, your controllers can really shine in that gameplay. But yes, it is always amazing to see a good duelist because then you get to see that raw aim gameplay. Sometimes strategies, as fun as they might be to watch, when you watch those entry fraggers, though, sometimes that is all you need. That is all the energy you need to keep going through the tournament. And SK WoW is exactly that. He's that Palau in the snowstorm, the one who clears the way for his team to enter. And honestly, he does such a good job of it. I don't even have to say much because these stats, honestly, they just speak for themselves. But at the same time, I'm very sure that the entirety of Team Inazuma is so good at their coordination that it doesn't even really matter because the player spotlight might have the duelists on show, but the real spotlight, in my opinion, are the teams themselves. And I hope that Tempest is going to be coming into that spotlight today, because if they don't, it is going to be really, really, crucial. It's going to be really crucial for them. If they start losing this out, it's going to be, they're going to have a long, hard climb. Not even a long, hard, a short, but a very hard climb. And if they lose out any more matches, they're going to be facing like really, really a certain relegation. But anyway, enough talking about ominous things. We are going to be jumping straight into the map video right now to show you what maps these amazing teams are going to be playing. The map number 1 of the day is going to be Ascent, picked by Inazuma. Map 2 is going to be Haven, picked by Tempest. And the third one, the Decider map, is going to be Bind. And honestly, Ascent, although it's like a really, really overused map, it is still one of those basics. The one map where you can just flaunt your Valorant skills without having to pull out much of a strategy. You just go left, right, and center, start popping off. Sometimes it could go surely on luck. It just comes down to your bare bones understanding of the entire game of Valorant, how you use your abilities for yourself, and sometimes it could come down to individual gameplay because that map is positioned in such a way you could honestly take out a 1v4 clutch. I've seen that happening so many times, and it's always beautiful to see those kind of plays happening out in Ascent. And it's interesting that Inazuma is going to be picking this. They just want to be playing on their home turf. They want to be playing on their birth ground because that is the oldest map in the game. And once you have the basics down, Ascent is going to be working in your favor a lot. But speaking of the second map, though, Haven, that is honestly my all-time favorite in game of Valorant because 3 sites, where else do you get that? Yes, you get a mid in some of those maps, but Haven, considering how we have 3 different, sites, you can always go in for that bamboozle play, that rotate play, something to keep your enemies always on your toes. So I always feel like it is a bit of an attacker-sided map if you know how to use your abilities properly. But if you bring out a good Cypher gameplay, in my opinion, you can get information without even giving out your body, without giving away any damage, and that really is crucial on the map of Haven. So I would expect a Cypher pick on Haven, and I'm not really sure who's going to be winning out which map. I feel like Inazuma is going to be taking the first one. Tempest might be taking the second. We might see a little bit of a decider action coming in, but what do you think, Universe?
I think what you said is absolutely right. I mean, it is going to be quite a bit of these are probably the most staple maps over there in the game of Valorant, at least in the TEC Gauntlet so far. And Ascent being picked probably the most. I think yesterday was one of the times where I did not see Ascent being picked, and it shows that it's like to throw it different in the mix. You need to have something quite often, like so that you can throw your opponents off guard by picking up something completely out of the blue, like Breeze or Icebox. But it looks like today they're going for all the staples. They're going for all of it that feels home, and then going for everything that they can easily ride upon. Inazuma going by the home map of Ascent. Tempest choosing Haven, although they were, I don't exactly know why they went for it, because they struggled a bit on it yesterday after getting that success on towards 12 rounds, and they lost it all. And I really hope that they've picked up on their mistakes and trying to do something different today, so that when they go into the map of Haven, they're going to have a bit of a game plan coming in. And it's only going to be a question whether they're going to we're going to see that happen. And if or not, Inazuma's going to pick up 2 maps in succession, or Tempest is going to give out a fight, or if they're going to pick out 2 maps of their in succession by themselves. It's pretty much an up and down game. It's survival battle for Tempest. It is playoff spot fighting for Inazuma. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very spicy match in terms of the bigger picture.
True. And like I said, it's kind of like a wild card action going on where you don't really know what's going to happen, which is what keeps you on your toes, which is what keeps you on the edge of your seat. And that is exactly what we're going to be seeing today. Because Team Inazuma, as strong as they are, Team Tempest, honestly, are no slack offers themselves. Because on the map of Haven, although it is almost all the maps are a little bit of a control-based map, sometimes it's a little less of control and a little more of explosions, because you take little by little, like just those micro controls of the little small sections of the map. Haven is one of those, because once you get a little more control of Garage, it goes all over to your side on the attacker side, because then you know exactly which side you're going to be taking. And Haven is honestly fun in that way, because then you know that you can play a little more individually, and you can go for that triple duelist setup, which I love to see. But anyway, enough talk about that, and I've talked about the maps, because the agent selection screen is up. Very sure you guys are curious to know what agents are going to be selected by these 2 amazing teams today, and we're going to be going to that screen to show you exactly that. Off the bat, we are going to be seeing a Reyna, an Astra, like I always love to see Universe. You know how much I love an Astra. AZ is going to be going in for that Astra pick, but we are not going to be seeing any Astra on Inazuma today. They are going to be starting off on the attacker side on Ascent, and it is fine on the map of Ascent. I don't think that Astra is that important, because you can do with a Brim, you can do with an Omen, and an Omen is all you need, because you want to be able to smoke off instantaneously, which Omen can do really, really well without giving out much of his position or a lot of his body to, in the moment. When that attack is coming, you can just cancel out of that real quick. So I feel like Omen is a better pick. And anyway, Chobes is going to be going in for a Cypher pick. Those Lakhs haven't come in, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be going in for that Cypher. Because Cypher, honestly, on any map, if you have a mid, it is amazing to give you that mid control. And the rest is going to be history, because it's just going to be the usual duelist sort of setup. 2 duelists on both sides, because Inazuma is going to be going in for the Reyna Jet pick, and Tempest is going to be going in for the Raze and Phoenix pick. Both really unique in their ways, because yes, Phoenix can flash, yes, Reyna can flash, but they're different flashes and they affect differently on different maps. So Fired Up, I've seen him on that Jet before, and he's an absolute monster on that Jet. And on top of that, if SKY is playing Reyna, Tempest should be a little scary.
Yeah, absolutely. There should be. It's going to be 4 different duelists that we're going to see on the map today. All 4 of them have their own advantages. All 4 of them have their own ways of dealing with the opponents and, taking those abilities and making the best use of them. But today, we've not seen a Yoru. I mean, honestly, someday in this tournament, I would love to see somebody pick up that Yoru. But I don't think anybody's in the mood for that because they're fighting for survival at this point, and they need all their wits about as they go into this matchup, and they're going to be fighting for everything that they want to see happen for themselves in the TEC Gauntlet Season 1 and Season 2 as well. So let's jump in, guys. It is Team Inazuma versus Team Tempest, and it is a battle of the ages for these two for sure, because as we go into this game, it's going to be quite a bit of a war between these two teams, as Inazuma, they are looking to solidify their position up top on the table, at least for 4th position, while Tempest are looking for survival.
True. But off the bat, we're going to be going into a tech pause. I'm pretty sure somebody's having that early morning kind of, problems, that the stuff that normally happens with your ISPs, with your keyboards, anything can happen in the morning in Universe. And I'm pretty sure some of the players are going to be having that. We are going to be going into a timeout to just wait for the players to come back. But that is also going to be giving us a little bit of time to understand what kind of strategies that they might be coming out with. Like I said, the attackers are going to be Inazuma, who are really coordinated from what I've seen. And honestly, with that duelist setup, the Sova honestly is one of the most important characters on the map of Ascent, I feel like. Because once you get that little bit of information, or even if you get the information that there's nobody there, that honestly goes off to your advantage. Because Ascent is the right amount of open, the right amount of laneways. Like, you just have the right amount of openings to go in for that in the moment sort of gameplay. You give out a little bit of information here and there, and then you rush straight in. But speaking of rushing straight in, we're going to be rushing straight into the first round of the day. We're going to be seeing a little bit of an aggression coming here from the side of Inazuma on mid over there. Chosen is trying to figure out exactly where they're going to be positioned. The beautifully placed camera there, but then that is a really aggressive angle coming out off the bat. Not really sure why Tempest is doing that, but I don't think that is really advisable. Fired up over on the B side. It's going to be way more aggressive than I thought, but he's not going to be going in along with his teammates. Does get taken out instantly, and is going to be followed by Omkar with a beautiful shock dart coming from Kubrick. Darkseid is going to be activating himself at the same time, takes out SK Wow, bring it down to a 2v5 scenario. Although this is the first round of the map of the match, on top of that, it is not really that predictable, but at the same time, I feel like Inazuma just went in a little haphazardly and they didn't really think it through. They just might be trying to see how Tempest is going to be playing on the map of Ascent, because they don't really know what sort of strategies are going to be pulled up. And Tempest, off the bat, they seem to be a little more aggressive than I like the defenders to be. Sometimes it works out for you because you get more information, but I like to see that aggression only on one side. If you're going to be doing that all across the place, you're going to be getting taken out. So I don't really know what's going to be happening.
Ready.
Yeah, absolutely. That aggression might just, work out for them for a couple of rounds, but that's all it's going to get them, because once you keep moving in aggressively, it's going to just hit you back on your, back itself. For the moment, though, it is a bit of slow. Oh, Nixera, he has 2 players, one to his left and one to his right. But I don't think he's going to make contact yet. SKW has already been taken down. And now it is a little bit of a slow play. Oh my god, oh no! Chops, he finds Nixera, who had the camera out in his hands actually, and Nixera should have got that kill. But it's actually going to be Omkar who's going to be picking up one on the A-shot position, and that shock dart is going to tag him down. And there comes a spray down, but Omkar is going to be good for 2 actually, and he's just going to be jumping into AEZ's crosshair. Not quite sure what he was thinking. He should have expected another player there, and AEZ going to shut down, fired up as well. That bulldog raids supreme over the Spectre, and with not too much damage done, it is going to be Tempest to put up a second on the board. Will they be able to continue this momentum is a question, because we've seen them lose it up quite often. I mean, they build up a momentum. They've got their players doing quite a bit of work, and then it just goes all downhill for them. And I'm pretty sure that they do not want that happening this time.
Exactly, which is why they're looking super strong right now in Universe, because they're giving it their all. They went in for that partial buy round already on the 3rd round. They could have just gone in for a bonus, but no, they were not going to take the risk. They went in for that partial buy. They have a couple of Bulldogs, a couple of Phantoms, and just one Spectre. Meanwhile, it is going to be a full buy on the hands of Team Inazuma. So I'm not really sure how they're going to be playing it out, and they might be going in for a little more of an aggressive, play style right now in Inazuma. But at the same time, they should be coordinating a little bit more. They should be going in together. But I don't see a lot of that aggression. Not really sure why. But nonetheless, we are going to be seeing the round coming into play. Not a lot of aggression has come out from any side. Not really sure where they're going to be taking it down. It seems to be clustered out around B, and they have to get that initial information. They have to get that initial entry, that initial pick. Otherwise, it is not going to be working out for them. That is exactly what SK Wow is going to be doing. Gets the first kill, gets the entry. Now he has to go into side with his teammates. Otherwise, he's going to be putting up a 1v1 fight, and that is not going to be really crucial, advantageous to him. But off the bat, Zoid, I'm not really sure why he didn't expect that side entry from SK Wow, and does get taken out by him. He is going to be, SK Wow is going to be going in for the third frag, does get that third, and a fourth. My guy is on fire. He is going to be going in for that ace, and that was such an easy ace. I am not really sure why Tempest was that confused, Universe. He just didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't exactly know how they let SK Wow cause so much damage right off the bat, but this is exactly what he needed. This is exactly what Inazuma needed. They need SK Wow to pop off as heavily as he can, and he is doing that with an ace right off the bat. And it is really important for the side of Inazuma to get this ball rolling as soon as they can, because right now it's in the court of Tempest and they're playing pretty well. And the question for them is whether or not they're going to be able to keep on adding on to that success and make that another one. It's a continuous skill streak for SK Wow. Zoid is going to take down Nike Zero on the other side of the map though. And now Derek Sword, he gets one. He's not gonna get the second. He gets the damage though. SK Wow gonna put down Chops, and Derek Sword is gonna go down finally after his shotgun shenanigans. SK Wow gonna get another one, and look at this guy. He's got another 3k. He might just get a fourth one over here if he takes down Zoid. But Zoid is just gonna crawl past him towards Gardens, and he's trying to catch him on the off guard position towards a shot. Oh, SK Wow. He has an idea, but Zoid has a superior angle. And there it is. It's going to be giving away his position. And SK Wow is going to try to spray him down. Here comes the Leah. Here comes another one. And SK Wow is going to get a 4k. That's 9 kills in 2 rounds, Quaint. Is that allowed?
I'm not even sure, because he's got 9 kills in 2. That's what is this guy on? But at the same time, I'm not really sure what Tempest is on either, because even though I have to talk about the last round, can we talk about the round before that? What was Chubbs doing? Because do you remember when SK Wow went on that rampage and got that 5k, he got that ace? Chubbs he knew that it was a B take, but he was just calmly going on over towards the 8 for no reason whatsoever. So I'm not really sure why that communication discord is coming from the side of Team Tempest. But if that continues, Tempest is going to be suffering heavily for it. But off the bat, SK Wow is going to be standing in a really advantageous position to take the fullest advantage of that miscommunication coming in from the side of Tempest. But nonetheless, in this current round, we are going to be seeing not a lot of aggression, but we are going to be seeing a push towards A side. SK Wow leading his team like the Valorant leader he is going to be trying to get that entry frag, and we all know how good SK Wow can be on that Reyna, and he's already showing us his skills. Now off the bat, Inazuma understands that they're aggressing at the wrong time, and they know exactly where they have to go, and SK Wow is going to be pulling that off. Instead, I knew that it was going to push that smoke, because he honestly read it through. He knew that that smoke was going to be pushed if he did not push it back, so he did push, push the pusher, and he did it first, and he does get that kill. Fired Up, on the other hand, is going to be activating his jet. Does get that kill on Dark Side, brings it down to a 2v3 situation, and not a lot that Team Tempest can be doing right now, and they're just going to be picked up one by one by the entirety of Team Inazuma, and they have to be pulling off some magical moment right now, otherwise they're going to be facing certain death again. They don't have that momentum, and he goes in for a kill. Zoid does try to get a second. Cohen is going to be taking Zoid right out, putting the third round onto the board for the side of Team Inazuma. And although, Universe, you can call it a little bit of a neck-and-neck action going on, it is still 2-3. And I want to point out that after they got those 2 rounds out of their side, and they got that bye, and they gave Team Inazuma that bye round going on, they couldn't bring even a single round off the bat. 3 continuous rounds, and it's all Inazuma. So if that momentum keeps going on, Oh my god, it is gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, it has been a bloodbath so far.
Revealing
Inazuma
area.
have put up three runs consecutively, and like I said, that Tempest side, they build up those 2 rounds and then they almost give it away for free. To be honest, I mean, they try their best, and this happened even yesterday, right? Because they got their first few rounds, and then it just went up downhill so badly for Zoid. Actually gets the kill on SK. Wow, I'm actually surprised at that. Probably gonna looking for that gun. But Kone is not going to let him succeed in that. And here comes the Sova drone as well. He's going to be going ahead and trying to get some information as Omkar is going to pick up one himself on the other side of the map. And now, Chobs, okay, Chobs, the Sheriffs are actually doing quite a bit of work. The 3v2 and make that 3v1 actually. That scare has gone down. And now, it's going to be Kone who's going to be leading the charge towards B as he got 2 of his own. And Omkar, sorry, it was Omkar who actually got the kill on towards defender side spawn, and he gets a 4th for himself. And it is the individual skills that is being showing over here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it was SK Wow who first got an A. It was SK Wow who got an ace, and then it was him getting a 4K, and now it is Omkar getting a 4K for himself. And as a result of that, it is 4 rounds on the board for them, and quite a bit of a showing as SK was already on 10 kills.
True, and Tempest is on a really crucial round universe. They don't have a lot of money, and they went in for a full buy. If they start losing guns at this point, it is going to be really hard to bring the guns back into their hands. But on the other hand, Team Inazuma, can you see their economy right now? They're not even going to be scared. They're going to be super aggressive. I'm sure they're going to be going in and getting kills left, right, and center. It's going to be a little bit of a deathmatch sort of action going on. But still, nonetheless, whatever is happening right now, universe, it seems a little bit like an unrated match. I'm not really sure why. Tempest seems a little bit confused, but I'm not really sure where that is happening. They have to get their coordination back on, or else it is going to be really, really detrimental to them. And they have to be using their abilities a little bit more. And SK Wow has seen the barrel of that operator, and he knows that he can't be pushing them right now. And he does go in for that leer to block out his vision, and the smoke also is going to be coming in to help SK Wow out. But Darcha has other plans. He's going to be going into that showstopper, but he just clear misses as he puts it on the wall instead. SK Wow pops his ultimate. He wants that kill, and he is going to be getting that kill as he takes out Darcha, and a bloodbath is going to be coming in. 4-4 on the board right now, 4v4 situation. Kubrick does take that ultimated, tricked out Reyna right out, but Niter is going to be popping off, takes a couple of kills for himself. 3v3 situation. A lot can be done because there are the entire force from both sides are still in play. But at the same time, not a lot of time was left, and that spy plant is going to be coming in. Fired up on the other hand is going to be playing that lurk action, is still on the A side, just getting those kills for himself. But he's on 9 points of health, and he has to do something, but he can't really be cheeky because any peek that he gets right now is going to be meaning that he's going to die. AEZ is going to be taking it a little easy. He knows that he can't be going in for the fight, but Zoid is going to be popping out, takes Omkar out. He's just going to bring it down to a 2v2 situation, which is not that hard at all because Niter is the only one remaining on the field in B side. He's going to be getting 1 kill, and he's going to be good for a 3rd. Not really sure why Zoid looked around at the wrong time, but since that information has been given out that Jet was on A side and they had a lot of time, so they were clearly knowing that that push was going to come in from B main. Not really sure why that wasn't, given out, why that information wasn't given out to their team. Because they could have gone for a rush play on B, taken out that one player standing there, just gone for the defuse. I don't understand why Tempest is not pulling up the basic strategies.
Yeah, I mean, they should be trying to keep they should be trying to keep it to the books for a bit if they're not able to, put Inazuma out of the, any sort of the strategies for the moment though. I mean, Zoid is doing quite a bit of work, but I mean, what can you do when Inazuma is building up momentum themselves? Omkar's going to get one, and here comes another. SK Wow going to get revenge for that previous frenzy kill that Zoid got. Bring down. Oh, okay. He just takes down Kubrick through that wall. Paper thin, absolutely doesn't matter. AZ going to make that trade happen, and he's looking for another one up high mid. Okay, Chops, I know you can work with that Sheriff. You don't need to show off, my friend, but what a nasty little shot coming in from Chops over there. I want to fire it up, but that's all he was going to get because, again, Inazuma, they might have lost 2 players, but that does not affect them in any way. They've got so much economy. They've got a minimum of 7,000 credits on 3 of their players. And, it's just so good for them, right? Because you can drop weapons, you can buy out for at least another 2 to 3 rounds, and on the other side of things, Tempest. I mean, they are building up the loss bonus, but how much longer can you keep losing these rounds?
Ooh, and I'm not really sure why that ability usage is also not coming out. I see a little bit of an astral smoke action here and there, but that's all I'm seeing. I don't see the camera coming out. I don't see the trap wires at all. I just see a cyber cage over there. Not really sure. These two trap wires are so common that they're easily, you can find that out so easy. And look at that. That Aldron is going to be spotting him out. And he's also going to be spotting out Choke with that Aldron. He goes in for that 100 Fury. Does manage to tag him out just a little bit, but that isn't going to be mattering much. And honestly, Code is feeling a little sad because his lineup has been destroyed. Draxon, however, is going to get a beautiful paint shell kill on that Omen over there. I'm not really sure how he managed to do that, but at the same time, I hope that they're going to be able to pull this round off because they're looking a little shaky right now, and they have to start bringing it back together again. Nice there with a cheeky flank coming in, might be able to get a few off, but then his teammate is being brutally murdered. He has to start getting the kills, and he's going to be getting 2 with 1 spray. Nice there with a beautiful flank. Does manage to bring it back together for his team, and fired up is gonna be getting that final kill. Universe 2-7 on the board, and like I said, their economy is looking super shaky. And not only that, their confidence must have been broken because they're not even using abilities, but at the same time, since the meta change, their abilities must be so expensive that they're not understanding what to do. So I don't really blame them, but at the same time, you have to adapt. You have to overcome that meta change. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for you. And I don't see that happening at all. So if this keeps happening, they're going to be choked because they wouldn't have any materials to work with, no abilities, no guns. And honestly, I feel like they should be switching to non-phantoms and non-vandals and other guns instead. They should be picking up cheaper guns and making it through with their abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to make sure that, they get their feet back on the ground because so far they haven't been able to do that. And Inazuma taking as much advantage of that as possible. And now Esquiva, oh, look at that timing. That timing was so crucial. Esquiva, but he's going to take him down. Anyway, he gets a double kill. Okay, Zoid. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but look at this. There's an immediate response. AZ gets 2, Darkshot gets 1. And here comes Omkar to get finally a trade. In the 1v2 now, he can pick up the ultimate orb and take the ultimate for himself because he does have that available and looks like he's going to be going for it. Yep, he's going to pick it up and there it is. It is the ultimate available for him. And I'm pretty sure that they know this as well. And all the way he goes towards B, and it is going to be an open plant for him. He's going to get an easy plant, and there comes the force of Tempest, who are pretty much far behind, and he's going to try to get an immediately, better position for himself, but the camera is not going to spot him out. Chobs' camera, they should have an idea that is still on the side. Oh my god, Omkar, he got that kill, but Darkshot is going to spray him down through that wall. He saw a bit of him, and that was all he needed as Tempest finally responding after those first 2 rounds that they won. They're going to get a third on the board. Inazuma, although they're not going to be hurt too much by this, they're not going to feel too bad either, but pretty sure Zoid is not going to be feeling good because he was turning around and he was, depending on Kubrick's to defend him, but yeah, I mean, it's just team, the communication, team coordination, thing come into place over there, and as a result, it was both of them losing their lives to the hands of Esquiva. But still, no harm done. That is too heavy for the side of Inazuma and Tempest. They still need to fight this back if they want to get it at least to an 8-4 half or a 7-5 at the bare minimum, because Inazuma looked like they could easily put up another round on the board.
True. And their economy is also looking super strong right now. And yes, this current win on the side of Tempest might have given them a little bit of confidence, but they're not taking advantage of that. They're not understanding how Inazuma is choking them. And off the bat, like I said before, I love a good cypher play, and Chobs is going in for those usual trap wires, and that is so transparent. You know that there is going to be trap wire over there, and that is so easily jumpable. I know the idea of don't fix what isn't broken, but I don't understand why they're doing that. Look at that. Jadis is going to go inside. The trap wires don't mean anything at all. The cyber cage isn't going to mean anything, but that also means that Fired Up is the only one inside. And luckily for him, there's nobody else there except Chubs, and he has to get that kill, otherwise his teams are going to be going down. Fired Up just manages to spot Darkson over there on top. That was a cheeky angling by Darkson. but Fired Up sees right through that. He's like, no, you're not going to be taking my head today. He gets that kill so beautifully. Zod does good for that flash. Just meant to get a kill. Finally, it seems some utility action going on.
Okay.
Gets another. Zod is on a roll over here. He picks up the Phantom. That's all he needs. SK Wow, however, has a cheeky angling on B main and nobody knows that he's there. All he has to do is pop out and just get that kill. That is exactly what he's going to be doing. But that information has gone out at the wrong moment. Kubrick knows that he's there, but he has to be playing it safe. But that doesn't really matter because SK Wow is SK Wow. He's going to be getting that kill. But Nightzera gets the last kill on AZ. I don't really understand what just happened over there. He just sprayed at the wall. Might be a little bit of a ping error. But at the same time, like I said, I don't see that coordination coming in from the side of Tempest. And if that is not going to be coming in, Inazuma is going to be starting to take advantage of that. That is exactly what they're doing. Nightzera at the same time, I'm not really sure what happened there, but I feel like he's, you know, just having his morning cup of coffee or maybe a can of Red Bull straight up in the afternoon, you know, just to keep his energy going. But at the same time, yeah, exactly. And if you guys want to be picking up a can of Red Bull, there's always that QR code. Scan it, get your Red Bull, and get ready for the action because more is about to come. Take it away, Universe.
Yeah, you guys definitely need the energy, and as do Tempest right now, because the energy looks like what they're lacking. For the moment though, SK Wow gets caught off guard, and here comes the Hunter Spirit. He's gonna tag down one, and they're gonna spam him. Oh boy, fired up. He gets Kubrick's, but Kubrick's will definitely take down two before he goes down. One with the Hunter Spirit and one with his gun. Oh, direct shot. Space to the smoke. Omkar's gonna get one. Omkar has been spotted out here. He's down to 33. But Omkar still gets that kill. AZ will find it straight him back coming in from that B push over there. And, A main push. He's gonna come and get him the kill onto high mid. And he's gonna confirm the last kill as well as 8 to 4. I mean, not too bad, but considering that Ascent is considered a little bit more of a defensive sided map, it is going to be a little difficult for them to come back in attacking, isn't it?
It is. It sure is. But then again, a lot of these teams who are a little more of individual players and they don't rely a lot of, team play and a lot on those mixed strategies where you put out all the smokes, you put out all of the cosmic device. If you're not gonna be doing that, if you're gonna be playing it a little bit individually, Ascent is a map where you can shine, where you can play to your own fullest advantage and just like go in for your own abilities. So we might be seeing that coming out from Tempest, and I hope we do, because I want to see that spicy neck and neck action coming onto our screens. But at the same time, we could also see Inazuma just holding a really strong defense, falling back at the right time, blocking off vision when they have to. And like I said, Nightzera is going to be picking up the first kill. As Darkshot is going to be coming into this crosshair. Nightzera is going to be taking advantage of that. Fired up over here is going to be tagging Zoid out so hard that he's going to hop away full scared. Zoid is going to be healing himself. Just, breathing that sigh of relief. Saying that, oh no, my health is really low. I have to get it back up again. And they have to, rethink their strategy. They've gone back to base and they're back to the drawing boards and they're trying to understand what is going to be happening. But Fired up over here comes in with a cheeky angle, gets one kill, but just completely fails to get another because both of the players of Tempest were so close to each other. I'm very sure Fired Up was just like left, right, left, right, left, right. Which one do I take? But nonetheless, he's not going to be taking either. Does tag out a little from both. And that is going to mean that it's going to make it easier for the rest of his team to hold down the entire side, which is going to be on B's side. Omkar comes in with a beautiful flash at the right time, puts in that smoke to block out any vision, and Tempest is going to be pincered right now. They have nowhere to move, and SK Wow is going to be taking advantage of that. But instead, Chobes is going to be picking up that kill on SK Wow. SK Wow should have been going into this team, but he knew how good his aim was, and he just went in for that. But at the same time, Tempest is going to be going in for another bamboozle play, but they have given out so much down. The Nightzera is going to be taking advantage of that, and he gets one amongst three. That is not an easy task. That is really, really hard to do, but Omkar is going to be picking up the last two kills on Diet and AZ, who are already tagged out hard. Not really sure what Nightzera was going on for there, but then he was super confident. He was like, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm taking one down with me at least. And look at this. This is exactly what Tempest was not doing. Look at Inazuma right now. Although they have the bonus round, we are not going to be seeing the usual strategies. We're seeing something that is going to be keeping Tempest on their toes, going to be keeping them thinking. We're going to be seeing an Odin coming out from Cone over there, so he can buy a few more utilities. Bulldog and Nike, they know their individual strengths. They know how to use their abilities. And off the bat, speaking of ability, SK Wow is going to be landing a beautiful first kill on Zoid.
Take flight.
Yeah, he is, and now it is Inazuma who again have an advantage, and look at this, they are aggressing the situation so heavily, Quinn, and oh my god, SK Wow, he gets another one. Omkar's gonna add on to that, and he's finding another one. It's a double kill for two of these players, and now Chops, last man standing, a frenzy, a dream, and players all around him. Fired up. He is playing around over here with his food. He doesn't know that Chops is here, but he has an idea. Chops, good for one maybe? Yes, he will be good for one, and Omka's gonna take him down. Chops got what he needed, and yeah, it is gonna be Inazuma who put up round number 10 on the board, Quinn, and they are heading into double digits, and they need just 3 more now because I don't think Tempest are able to handle the fire of the aggression that's coming from the side of Inazuma, even on defense, because attacking was just as aggressive as they were being on the attack.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what is happening, but Tempest I'm not just seeing the ability uses that I can. And on any other day, I would have been agreeing to that, because if you see the opponents also not using their abilities, you can go in for a little bit of a frag game. And it depends upon whoever has the upper hand. Right now, Inazuma has the upper hand, so if they're going to be seeing not a lot of abilities coming in from the side of Tempest, they're going to be going in for that aim game too. And that is exactly what SK Wow is going to be doing with that Reyna, but he gets taken out off the bat. Nike is going to be avenging his fallen brother, does get that kill on Chops, but that Phoenix on the other hand, Zoid is going to be picking up a kill for himself, bringing it down to a 3v4 situation with a minute left on the clock. They have a lot of time to play around with. They have a lot of time to get entries and get information all around the map. But considering that they have 4 players in their favor, they shouldn't be splitting up at this point, because once you give 1v1 situations to Team Inazuma, they're just going to be starting to pick up those frags, they're going to be starting to pick up those kills and taking it to their advantage. So honestly, I feel like they should be going in as a team, and that is exactly what they're going to be doing. And they get that first information as that Boombot goes straight to the door, and they know that that short position is going to be held down. But at the same time, a little bit of damage is going to be taken by that Nanostorm. Zoid over here is going to be popping off by taking out Nike Zero. Bringing down to a 2v4 situation, looking super good right now. This looks to be like Tempest's second round, and Cone, however, goes in for that recon dart and Odin play. Honestly, you use that recon dart and that Odin properly enough, and that is going to be a weapon to be feared. But nonetheless, Tempest is going to be picking up the last few kills because they did have the man advantage, they did have the weapon advantage, and they went in for those kills. But at the same time, Team Inazuma right now has the money, has what it takes to bring out those phantoms and those vandals. And once that starts coming out, Tempest has to be a little scared because they have to rethink their strategy, and they can't be as aggressive anymore because now they have the money. Now Inazuma has the money they need to buy the smokes, to buy the abilities to keep them confused, and Tempest is not coming out with those counter abilities, Universe. So what do you think is going to be happening now?
I think Inazuma gonna have an advantage going to this round. There comes the flash and there comes the recon, and fired up. He's a little hesitant, but he's waiting for that owl drone, which is gonna actually give up his life. I mean, Darkstar, he peeks out at the most opportune moment and he gets his kill confirmed. Korn gonna run back and shut down the market door. And now, it is very important for the side of Tempest to start building upon this, or else they're gonna be losing out on quite a bit. Darkstar has got his team a little bit of an advantage, and they need to get that going. They do have the run it back though, which hasn't been used quite a bit at all by Zoid, and I would love to see him use that over here. Like you said, that utility play is going to be very important, especially with this ultimate. He's going to get so much information and clear out so many angles for his team to run into that B side if they are planning to attack them. Jobs gives out a little bit of an information play. Oh, look at this. This fake is being sold so well. I mean, they are putting down stars towards B, and there is Jobs giving out stuff towards A, and there it is. He's going to be running in with that run it back. And now he's going to be throwing in the Molotov. He's going in towards market, and he's going to take down one himself as well. Omkar goes down to that run it back, and it's going to be another nail in the coffin of Inazuma, as in a 5v3 in this round. It looks like Tempest might just put up their 6th on the board.
Yep, and honestly, they were playing it by the book, and Inazuma was playing it by the book, just waiting for that rotate to come in, and that came into Team Tempest's advantage just a little bit. But at the same time, I'm not really sure why they're being that aggressive, but they have the B side held down so spectacularly, as a matter of fact, that Team Inazuma doesn't want to be going in for that retake. They're just going to be holding their ground on A side, just waiting for exit frags to come in, and honestly, that's a wise choice, because their economy, although is strong enough, it's not strong at all. I was looking at Team Tempest over there for a minute, Universe, but nonetheless, their economy is so weak right now that they can't be giving up their guns. If they do, it is going to be really hard to bring it all back. But although they have that little bit of an advantage scenario with the 6-10 on the board right now, they have that gap, that breathing room they need to play around a little bit. I love that Team Inazuma is not taking risks at all. They're not going to be giving Team Tempest the satisfaction of taking them down and damaging their economy even more. But instead, Team Tempest, however, is... Although that was a really good round coming out from them, and we finally got to see Zoid bringing out his run it back exactly at the round that you mentioned that he should be, and he did it. But at the same time, not a lot else that I saw. I did see the Astral Stars coming out. I feel like they're beginning to understand where they're going wrong, and if they do understand that and they're warmed up enough by now, we might see a comeback coming into play.
No more charges left.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is very important that Tempest try to build upon this, momentum that they've got so far, and it is all for us to play over here because, Tempest, they gotta be thinking quite a bit about their procedures coming into the further rounds, right? Because, like we talked about the utility usage and the stuff that they're trying to work around it. I mean, it worked out because Zoid had that run it back, but he's not going to be having it every single round. Zoid's not going to be pulling them out of trouble every single round, is he? And the rest of the team needs to step up and they need to make something happen. For example, look at this round going, okay? They are spread out across every single part of the map. They're towards mid, they're trying to assert it, they're trying to go towards, A, they're kind of show their presence towards B. And finally, they're going towards A short. But it almost feels like they're kind of going by the feel of it more than an execute.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is, causing to be their demise.
Yeah, and that is honestly what Inazuma is picking up on. Because, yeah, you have that mid-control, but you also have to be committing to that.
30 seconds left.
Got that mid-control, but they didn't push it. They didn't rely on their own skill. They didn't go in as a unit. They're instead going for flanks instead. However, that is working out for them so far, but Omkar's cheeky little flank was not seen at all, Universe. But at the same time, I'm not really sure if they can pull it off because it is a 3v2 situation. As I'm saying that, Tempest is going to be picking up the final few kills, and I feel like they're understanding where they're going wrong. They went in as a unit, they went in as a team, but still, I didn't see a lot of utility usage, but they did go in as a team, and that honestly came into their advantage finally. But at the same time, Universe, like you said, they're not taking a lot of proper control. Like, Inazuma is holding down A and B sides, and they're not checking mid at all, because they're probably going to be leaving it up to the flying coming in, and once that first information going on, there is going to be going out, they're playing it a little bit more risky. Once that first kill comes out from the side of Tempest on Inazuma and they know that backstab is coming in, they're just going to instantly rotate and start getting the frags. They're confident enough to do that. But the thing is, Team Tempest is not understanding that, and they're giving out audio notifications everywhere with their guns and their abilities, and Team Inazuma is seeing right through that. But although this is going to be an eco round for Team Inazuma and Tempest might be taking this, we might see a bamboozle play coming in and we might see the odds just turning into Inazuma's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it is Inazuma who are again falling on the back lines, actually. They're giving it up slowly, and Tempest, they're going to be welcoming this with open arms, and they are doing it so well for the moment, though. And they are, their play by the field is working for them out. Look at this. Gon, he brings it back to a 3v2, and he has a little bit of an advantage at the moment. The Recon not going to spot him out. Direct sword. Looking whether he wants to pick that angle, and he will. Kone's gonna get a third. Kubitz is gonna find Omkar, and now in a 2v1, Kone has to do it all. It's gonna be an ace clutch that's gonna need to come in from him if he needs to get this done, but easy is gonna shut him down. No ace, no clutch, nothing. 3 kills is all he's gonna get. A lot of damage has been done towards the Tempest, but slowly but surely, they're building up an economy, they're building up the rounds, and Inazuma, they need to be a little scared because I think this is a third time that Inazuma have, been vulnerable towards that A-shot position, and Tempest have constantly been abusing that, and they are not able to answer it back.
Honestly, I feel like they should going in for a little bit of mid control. They should be playing at least one person on mid, or maybe even putting out an Aldron from A short, because I'm not really sure why they're not doing that. Because they're not getting that information when they're coming in. And they're just being a little surprised when Tempest is coming in from that A-sharp position. And they're like, how and why did this happen? But nonetheless, Tempest, I like the fact that they understood that chink in their armor. They understood that weakness and they're going to be exploiting that. But honestly, I am not sure how Zoe did not expect that. Because that recon dart along with that Odin is one of the most powerful combinations in the game of Valorant, because that recon dart gives you that initial information, and that Odin honestly doesn't care about walls. In this game, once you pick up an Odin, those walls don't even exist for you. It wall bags almost every wall in the game, and Cone is going to be taking his fullest advantage of that. Phil finishes out his final few bullets, and AZ is going to be a little scared. He's going to be falling back. And honestly, that other SK wow is going to be coming in for the flank and does get a kill on AZ. Chobes is going to be trading him out instantly. The plant hasn't gone in, but they do have control of A side, and I'm not really sure if they're going to be able to hold it down.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Quinn? I love me a bit of that Odin goes brr action towards B. I mean, that wall spray and Korn and SK wow, they are pushing up towards B. And look at the positions that they've got, and look at the spike where it is sitting. And now Inazuma looking to pull back around, finally in their favor. Have got the advantage. SK wow will take the head of Kubrick's, and Chops will find Cones. And it's going to be Chops who finds actually third kill for himself. No time for him though, and Inazuma, yeah, they're going to be running all the way back, and there's nothing that Chops can do. He will get his 3 kills, and they're not going to give him any more because Omkar's low on HP and he doesn't want to let this go down to a 1v1. Chops going to be saving that Phantom for himself, and he also has his ultimate still available, which he will look to use in the next round. But for the moment, Inazuma kind of out of nowhere. I think they thought about going for the aggressive push, and it worked out for them. And thanks to the shenanigans of SK wow, they have got a bit of an advantage, and not to mention Cone as well.
Ooh, and now that they understood that that really defensive strategy is not working out for them, and they're going to be going in for pushes now, Inazuma might be able to understand how Tempest is going to be functioning, how their gears work, how their gears are all aligned inside them. And Tempest, they did get a brief moment of invulnerability when they understood how Inazuma is positioned, and they started abusing that A-sharp position. But now that Inazuma is going to be switching it all up, it's going to be really hard for Team Tempest to be relearning what strategies Inazuma is going to be putting out. But nonetheless, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a pause over here, because I'm not really sure who has the network issue or the hardware issue. That keeps on coming back, doesn't it, Universe? But honestly, if you don't want that to be happening, you might want to upgrade your PC, guys. You might just go down to that description, get those WD Black SSDs, and get the AMD Ryzen Radeon graphics cards and CPUs, and honestly just upgrade your gaming experience, and you'll never lag out. You'll never have those hardware issues. Yes, lag out might happen from time to time, but you're never going to be having the hardware issues, because those equipment is exactly what is going to be boosting you to that immortal that you wanted, to that diamond that you wanted. And honestly, you should pick them up. Go down to the description, click on those links, get those gears, and just play like the pros, play like the best of the best out there. And once you get to that skill level, once you get to where exactly you want to be, once you get that team in, hop in. Season 2 qualifiers are open. Just come on in and just sign up and just show us exactly what we're made of, because these underdogs are exactly what we're waiting for. These teams honestly want more action, and they're hungry for blood. And if you think that you can give them that action, if you think that you can give them that challenge, come on in, sign on up, and just show us what you're made of. Right, Universe?
Absolutely. I mean, if you can face off these teams, because I'm pretty sure that at the end of this group stage, there's going to be 2 teams who are going to be going down back into that qualifier zone. And if you want to be who are going to be taking the place of those 2 teams, then you need to register yourself immediately, because we are heading in towards the climax of season 1. And as we head into season 2 pretty soon, this is going to be in a couple of weeks to come, you guys need to make sure that you get your slots filled, and you make your way down over here. But for the moment, it is gonna be Inazuma who are looking for a slot in the top 4, as they are trying to put up match point on the board over here. Cone gonna be giving out a little bit of damage with that shock dart onto Derek Sod, but not something that he can't handle. There are 2 players available, and here comes the run back from Zoid. Another monstrous run coming in from Zoid. He might just find one, unless Omkar's gonna shut him down, and here comes the flash. He's gonna get 2 Freeble blinded, and he knows where Derek Sod is as well. And he gets another one. Omkar doing the work for his team. The teleport, if he had, it would have cost his life, but I think he misclicked, by the way. AEZ's gonna take his life in the end, and he's caused a lot of damage to Tempest. Here comes the counter Hunter's Fury. He's gonna tag down one. He's actually gonna get a kill as well. And he might just get a second kill. 2 bricks. He gets away. It's gonna be Zoid who gets the kill onto Stone though. And in the 3v2, Inazuma have somehow lost all of their wits. And it's gonna be fired up going down to Zoid as well. That man is completely going all around the map, and he's doing so much work. And AZ is gonna shut down the last kill. And now Tempest, they pull back another round. 9 on the board for them. They're not too far behind at all, Quint. Do you think we can see Tempest just overtaking them in the next few rounds?
I really think that they can, and since they're so close together, I feel like we might see a little bit of an overtime action coming in because we haven't seen that in a while, have we? But anyway, I honestly, Omkar just stepped up for his entire team over there. He just was playing around that wall so beautifully. He got that first kill. Tried to go in for a second, but no, Tempest played as a team finally, played as a unit, did take Omkar out and played really good after plan positioning. But that retake from the side of Inazuma was just a little shabby. They didn't, come in with a proper angling. They were just rushing in haphazardly, just trying to get kills. That is not something that you do on a retake because you're going to be putting out 1v1s for the side of Team Tempest and they can easily take it out because these guys are honestly guys to be feared and they can take it out super easily. Like I said, Zoid is going to be getting the first one phone, but at the same time, Darkside is going to be giving him the proper amount of backup to get Omkar and fired up out, bring it down to a 2v5 situation. And I know that a flank is something that the attackers are not going to be expecting, but I don't really think that SK WoW and Nike should have been going in for that extreme flank over there. That does also mean that they haven't given out their information, but at the same time, they don't have the economy that they need to, bring out those expensive guns. But any damage that you do at this point is going to be damage that is going into your advantage, and that is exactly what Nike is going to be doing by taking out Darksod, the star fragger, the one who honestly was the star of this round, the star of the show. He's going to be taking him out, and it's going to be damaging them just a little bit. But like you said, Universe, it was 9-11 there. Now it's going to be 10-11, and Team Tempest is catching back up. They're beginning to believe, and like I said before, some teams are just a little better on the attacker side of the map of Ascent.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is very, very difficult now. That's going to be going. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for Inazuma, right? Because they are just one round away. Tempest is just one round away. And now, if Tempest win this out, then Inazuma is going to be put in a lot of pressure because they're going to have to get that victory. And Chops, he's going to hide himself in the corner. That camera is going to spot out, but it's going to be immediately taken down as well. SK WoW has an idea. Chops, he doesn't have anybody to his... Oh no, SK WoW, he's probably gonna give up his life anytime now. Oh my god, wait, what? No way, that timing was just so bad. Chops, he gets away with just 8 HP of his life left, and oh my god, that turret could be enough to kill him right now. They're gonna put down that... He's gonna put down that cage. He's gonna try to go away, but Zoid is coming in to help him over here. He's got the flash up ready. There comes the flash, but he's not gonna find the kill though. Nike Zera goes back to PK. Chops is still stuck in this corner, by the way. SK WoW is not gonna let him go. He does not want him to go at all. And here comes the force of Tempest because Chops are stuck here. They're gonna be waiting over here. And here comes the double kill. Make that a triple. SK WoW going for the ace again. Does not get it though. 4K is all he's gonna find. Zoid, he gets 1 kill in return finally. And now due to the defenders knockdown from the killjoy, he's gonna be tucked into this corner and they know exactly where he is. Oh! Zoid, hello? No! Zoid, no! You can't just do that. That is an absolute violation to that man's life. He has a career.
Match point.
Universe, what was that? I have no idea what happened that round. There was such a flurry on A side over there, and all the information in the world was given out by Tempest. But SK WoW was just playing with his prey at that point. He was just waiting it out, just jiggling them, waiting for them to peek, and he just knew when to peek, and he didn't want to let Chops go. He knew that he tagged him out hard, and the timing was so wrong from Chops. He just couldn't help it. SK WoW did tag him out hard, and he knew that he tagged him out hard. And he knew that he didn't have heals. I was just playing with his prey over there, and then just like that one tap coming from Zoid. What was that round, Universe?
I have no idea. I mean, Zoid, that's exactly the point what I was trying to make, right? Because Zoid is so hard working for this team over here, and he's putting up the numbers, and so is AEZ, but they are just not able to capitalize on it, and because of that, Inazuma, they gave away that round to the hands of SK WoW, and now they're stuck in a position where all Inazuma need is 1 round, and Tempest need to fight back for overtime at this point. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be difficult for them because they're slowing things down at the moment. Tempest looking to move towards B, and looks like it's going to be a rush. And looks like Inazuma have read this perfectly because guess what? They've got 4 players positioned over here, including one at the market position. Here's coming Zoid. Yes, he's running back again. Zoid running in. He's gonna be flashed off. No, he's not. He's actually gonna find that kill code. He might just go down. Now Omkar's actually gonna find that shot. And the running back rendered useless. Fired Up gets one. Easy gonna get the kill of Fired Up. Omkar doing the work for his team. It might just be all over unless Zoid has something to say about it. Those crispy headshots are still coming his way, but it's gonna be Kone who's gonna take him down. Easy. Last man standing does not expect escape out, and that is gonna be all it is. Inazuma who pick up map number 1, 13-10. A little bit of a tough fight given to them towards that second half, but they make it work in the end nonetheless. Inazuma, they could have probably let it slip. They probably would have, unless they'd got, their confidence back. They got their tactics back on track. But in the end, it went in their favor, and they got that victory, and they're gonna be happy about it. Whether or not they give up 10 rounds in success, in very very disappointing fashion, but that's gonna be okay because in the end, it's all about that W, and they get it, and they're gonna be moving ahead to the second map with a very very clear advantage, not just in terms of map wins, but also in terms of psychologically, which might just affect Tempest again as it did yesterday.
Honestly, and I really, really want to point out how hard Tempest fought. They gave it their all, and Team Inazuma was shutting them down. SK Wow was just having the time of his life today, but I'm going to be walking you through all of that as we go into the match highlights. That is going to be coming up on your screens right now because that is ready. We're going to be going into the match highlights and going to be showing you what kind of an insane gameplay Team Inazuma had. But once Team Tempest went down to the attacker side anyways, they had something else for us. They had, stuff to say. They were like, you know what? Defender side isn't our strongest suit on the map of Ascent, but you should see us on the attack because when we're on the attack, we become duelists, all of us. And they went in for really, really aggressive plays. It started working out for them at one point when Team Inazuma couldn't understand what kind of play they were coming out with. But at the same time, they started losing it again when Team Inazuma was like, you know what, let's just change one gear over here. Let's just switch one cog from here to there. Let's just switch it up a little bit, play a little more defensive and aggressive in the wrong rounds, as in like not just to keep them thinking. And Team Tempest just couldn't see through that. They still gave it a hard fight. They brought it back to a really, really close match, and they could have honestly taken it into overtime. So honestly, all in all, I feel like they should be working on the defense on the map of Ascent, because if they don't do that, they're going to be losing out in future matches too. And considering how they're looking really, really weak on the match group standings over there, they have to be picking it back up. But nonetheless, they put out a really good show, and Zoid tried his best to carry his team to like get those frags that he needed to. Darkshot at the same time started popping off, and all the members of Team Tempest fought really, really hard. I just didn't see as much utility usage that I would have liked to see. But at the same time, SK Wow was having the time of his life. And at the same time, I didn't see a lot of utility usage coming out from the side of Inazuma too. Omkar did come in with the smokes. And honestly, Omkar and Kone were the most influential. Nixer did have his setups over there, but that didn't come into play that much. They did come into their advantage on a few rounds, but it was balanced enough. Tempest, on the other hand, didn't have a lot of utility usage, and you can see on your screens over here, Zoid was trying his best to clutch out the rounds for him. He does get the kills, he does manage to get the rounds out for his team, but at the same time, if you give out enough information, Team Inazuma is going to be picking up for that, and that is exactly what they did. Tempest did try to keep them on their toes to just, by switching up their strategy just a little bit, trying to be aggressive, a little more defensive on the wrong rounds, and it started working out for Tempest, but Inazuma just proved to be a little stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is Inazuma who are going to be, showing off their prowess over here towards the side of Ascent. And now that they have to be going into the second map, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. And Tempest, they need to step up their game. And they really, really need to, work on their end game, because as long as they pull back those rounds, it's all well and good until and unless you lose out that one round that's going to just completely throw you off. And that's exactly what happened to Tempest in this first map as well. Inazuma, they looked so good in that first half. They brought it back to, it was 7-2. And then it went 8-4. But that's all right. They got a four-round lead. And in the end, it was that just worked out in the favor, because after that, they got the pistol and they went all the way ahead, and they got a lot more as well. So it just worked out for them one by one. And it was Inazuma who pulled out in the very end, that one last round that they needed, and they made it work by the help of all of their teammates chiming in to get those kills. Especially the penultimate round, though. SK Wow with that 4K, man, this guy is, I mean, he's absolutely insane the way he plays.
Honestly. And the rest of Tempest also did try their best. They gave their all. But I honestly love a good Cypher because personally, though, I love playing Cypher. And when I see those beautiful trap bar setups, the cage setups coming out, I see the beautiful cam setups coming out. I love those plays. But Chubbs, he did put up those cameras, but he just put them up at a few wrong places, places that I wouldn't have put them up myself. And I wish that he would have improved on that because that information, if he had gotten for his team, it would have been so crucial to Tempest. Because once they know where the entirety of Team Inazuma is, that gives them that initial entry, it gives them that initial confidence to go through with the rounds. Because now they know where all the chess pieces are placed. They know where all the pawns are placed, so they can go into that particular strategy. They would know how to take the side by storm, and they would know how to keep them choked. Once chokes would get their information, it wouldn't have been that hard for AZ or let's say Kubrick to get the rest of the information and block out at the same time. Like AZ would have put up the smokes, the gravity belts, the concusses, all of that at the proper places, and it would have given Tempest a little bit of advantage that they needed to get control over the side. But Chobes, I didn't see a lot of camera utilization coming out from him, neither on the attacker side, neither on the defense side. I think he should be working on that. And I hope that he does that on the second map because I want to see a neck and neck gameplay. I always love the underdogs coming
Yeah.
up out on top, And that revenge story, that revenge story is all what we all live for. That little bit of adrenaline coming, pumping into our veins. And Tempest, I'm not really sure why that didn't work out for them, but at the same time, they gave it their all.
Yeah, they did, but I just like that. I want to point out another thing that is the AEZ. He was playing on an Astra, and to be honest, I did not see as many gravity pulls or
I was gonna say
the
that.
concussions that he was trying to do because there were no angles that he put. He was only using it for smokes, but
Smokes.
Astra is such a more versatile agent than that. You have so many angles you can clear out with that utility. You have so many. You've got 5 different stars. And it's just all about that
Oh,
Astra stars the way you utilize it. But
but
for the moment, it's about SKWow and this clip right here. He's a bloody
oh
beast,
my
man.
god.
He heals up. He almost gets the kill onto Zoid as well, but in the end, it was Zoid who got that kill. And Inazuma, they shut him down though, and now it was this last round where SKWow also came. I mean, it was Zoid who actually completely got neutralized because he did not even find anybody with his ultimate. He was completely shut down, and although he got these kills that could have probably helped him win the round, in the long run it just didn't because Inazuma was just too well prepared for that push coming in towards B from them. They had 4 players there in the last round. They predicted it perfectly, and it just worked out so well for them.
Honestly, and I loved seeing SKO just going ham with that Reina. I honestly expected that. I've seen him play that Reina before, and he's such a god at that. Also, it is a really simple character where you don't have to think a lot. And speaking of simple character, AZ, he should have gone for a simpler character. If he wanted smokes, he could have gone for Brim. If you were playing with Astra, you have so much to work around with, but he just didn't use that. He could have brought it. He could have pulled his entire team up with his Astral Stars, and Chops could have given away the information. Because in the lineup of Tempest, the other three characters were mostly playing a little bit of an initiator duelist action, which is good, which is all fine and well. But if AZ and Chobs are not going to be picking up the slack, they're not going to be getting the information and blocking out information, you can't really do anything. I honestly would like to see more ability utilization coming from AZ and Chobes over there. If that is the resident smoker, the resident information gainer on their team, they have to step up their game a little bit. Otherwise, their team can't really do anything. But Zoid tried. He gave it his all. He gave it his best. So did Darkshot to get those kills. But without that information, you are going to be caught off guard. And in Inazuma, they were getting the right information at the right time. They did have their slip ups too. But honestly, you can live with that because they had their coordination, and that is what you need. And Tempest was lacking that just a little bit. But let's see if they're going to be pulling it back together on the second map as we're going to go in for a short break to set all that little bit, all of those minor details up for you, get the map up and running, and get everything set and ready for you. Meanwhile, you can go and check out the description box there. Go click on those links, get yourself a WD Black SSD, get yourself those AMD Ryzen Radeon cards, and just improve your gameplay to that next level. But until then, you go get those checkouts. Just go into your basket, just get those, those SSDs and those cards to power your game up to the next level. But we're going to be right back after a short break. We'll just set everything up for you and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1 part by WD Black and in the Ryzen Radio. We're back with that map for you. We're back with what you were waiting for. We're back with Haven. And I'm sure the teams are ready to go at each other against themselves again. We saw a little bit of a confusion coming out from Tempest in the last map. I hope they're going to be bringing it back because Haven is what the next map is going to be. And we're going to be walking you through what happened if you missed out. And we're going to be going into the map veto screen to show you exactly what you missed out on and what you're going to be seeing right now. Because map number 1, Universe, that was kind of a flurry. I'm not really sure what happened there. It was a 13-10. Inazuma had a good start. They kept it going on. Then they started losing traction a little bit. Tempest took advantage of that. And towards the end, Inazuma just picked it back up. And they're like, you know what? Let's get this done with. Brought it down to a 13-10. And that was the first map going over to the side of Inazuma. Now, the second map, Universe, has got to be Haven. And I'm really, really pumped for this, because I love the map of Haven. It is one of my absolute favorites in the game of Valorant, and I don't really know who's going to be taking it, but I feel like Tempest could be putting up a better fight here because they would like to play a little more individually, pick up those fights. Zoid and, Chubbs and just all of his teammates are just going to be picking up those kills individually, playing their abilities. I hope we're going to be seeing more abilities now, Universe. If we do, Haven could go to Tempest.
Yeah, it could go to Tempest, but I have seen them falter on this map quite a bit now, especially yesterday, because I honestly cannot get that out of my head. The fact that they were 12-5 up and then they gave it all up 14-12. I mean, that has to be such a huge blow for you. But then if they are coming back to the same map to get their redemption, and they're going to be telling us, no, guys, it was just a bad showing yesterday, and we're going to be improving ourselves, and we're going to show that we can win on Haven, well and good for them. And I would love to see Tempest to prove everybody wrong, thinking that they're not that good on Haven, and pick up this map and take us all the way to a map 3, which is going to be fine. But for the moment, Haven is going to be a very, very interesting affair because we've got Inazuma on defense this time starting off, and they are going to have a little bit of an advantage for sure going in. They have that map advantage. They have the momentum running in for them, but Tempest aren't that far behind though. And if they pick up the pistol in the first, pretty much like how it was last map, the only thing that they need to do is not give up that lead again, because they got the first round, they got the second round, and then it again went all the way downhill for them. They gave up all the way 7 rounds, and it became 7-2 scoreline until the point they pulled it back to 7-3, and it went 8-4. I mean, they really don't want that, right? If you win those first 2 rounds, you want the momentum to keep going. You want to get those rounds on the board again and again and again. And if they don't let them make that happen this time, Inazuma are going to punish them harder, because they're pretty sure they know that Tempest can come back in very dire situations, and they might just do that again on Haven as well. So Inazuma, they need to be very careful, and they do not have a lot, they do not have a lot of pressure, but they definitely have some of it, and they should just let themselves rest easy, take the game as it comes, and let Tempest come to them instead of them going for those aggressive peaks. Because this is a map with 3 sides, and to defend 3 sides with just 5 players is a little bit of a difficult job, because at any given point it's going to be one man standing on one side, and all Tempest need to do is read that perfectly. And if they do, they're going to be running into a side where there's one guy holding on 5, and they might just find a few rounds for themselves pretty easily on that attacking half.
Which is why I like to see a good controller / sentinel sort of action coming out on a Haven, because then you can leave the entirety of B side and the entirety of Garage to that one player. Once you get that initial information as to where the rush is coming in from, you can fall back, wait for your teammates to fall in, regroup with them, and then going for those retakes. And since Inazuma is going to be starting on the defense, I'm not really sure what agent selection they're going to be going for, but I hope I see a Cypher, because I did see Cypher on Chobes, but he didn't use the abilities as much as I would have liked him to. If he does go in for that Cypher play again, I hope to see more of an action coming in from him. But on the attacker side, Cypher, he doesn't have a lot of chances with the strip wires, but you can always watch out for flanks with the help of Cypher, and you can get that information with the camera once you put it deep into sight. And I hope he understands that. If he does understand that and he does go in for that Cypher peak, we're gonna be seeing a lot more, of a coordinated action coming from Tempest. But Inazuma, on the other hand, SKY obviously is going to be popping off. He's just going to be, I'm guessing he's going to be favoring A side a little more, just waiting for the rush, because A is a little, a happier place for most of the attackers on the map of Haven, because it's a little more open. You can take it a little easier. So we might see a little bit of a rush coming in from the first round. In fact, that's my prediction. I feel like they're going to be rushing with their pistols from the get-go onto A side, trying to get those kills, and SKY is going to be there, fighting his best fight. And down mid, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a sentinel action and a little bit of a triple duelist setup. I've seen that coming out from Global Esports before, if I'm not wrong, and that will work out so beautifully for them, because in this map, you get information and you don't have to block a lot off, so you can play with your duelists and your initiators, because if you do that properly enough, the map could go onto your side. But anyway, I've droned on a little bit too much about what agents they could be picking, but I want to ask you this, Universe. On the map that you saw them on before, Tempest, the map that you saw Tempest before on Haven yesterday, which side do you think they prefer? Which side do you think they're better with, the attacker or the defense side?
I do want to believe that they are better on the attacking side, because that's where they got all those rounds. I mean, there was so many retakes. I mean, there were so many retakes that they were able to stop. I mean, it was quite a bit of an affair yesterday there, where they had a bit of a difficulty in the first half. It was very, very hard fought for them. But when they went on to the second half, it became actually quite easy, and you could see that when Tempest picked it up, they picked it up so well, and they did a pretty good job at securing a first 9-3 half. But then it went to 12-5, and that's where it all just went downhill for them. And I don't really know how they let that slip. But today they should be looking to not make that mistake as they did yesterday, because every round there was somebody who could just make that difference for Valor, and there was somebody who could just pull them across to the line. And Tempest had no answer to that last person standing, and in the end it was just them giving out that map. Hopefully they are thinking something different today. They want to come up with a different approach, and they're going to come onto this map with completely, a new mindset, and they're going to take Inazuma by the horns and give them a fight and a run for their money.
Honestly, well put, Universe. Couldn't have put it better myself. But at the same time, Tempest is looking super weak right now. I'm not talking about their gameplay. I'm talking about their group standings positioning. Because if they start losing out more rounds, it gives the lower teams all the more opportunities to come back up. So really, at this point, it depends upon how well the lower bracket of the entire group is going to be performing. And if they're going to be performing well, and if Tempest is not going to be winning this one out, it is going to be so much harder for them to bring it all back, because they might be facing relegation. And if they do, they're going to be straight out of the season. They won't be standing a chance to compete against the top tier teams anymore. But you could be picking up on that. You could be taking advantage of that. They could make it back, but at the same time, so could you guys be. Go down to the description box, go click on that link, go sign yourself up for season 2, because the qualifier registrations are open. And we hope that you're going to be signing up, because we want to see you there on the playing field. We want to see you going up against each other, fighting to the nail to figure out whoever is the best. And once you get into the groups, we hope to see you here. We're going to be casting for you, just waiting for you to come up to the playing field and show these top tier teams exactly who's boss. So just go down there, sign up. And at the same time, if we don't have the best specifications yet, go down to those links, because we have the WD Black SSDs, we have the AMD Ryzen Radeon cards. Go get them, just power up your gaming and just play like the professional, then come show us what you're made of. But anyway, we've waited long enough, Universe, and I'm really waiting for this agent character selection screen to come out. So not really sure what they're going to be picking. And we've talked a lot about the agent selection, what that they might be going for, but they also might be going for their most comfiest picks, which might not be the best scenario in all of the maps. And Haven is something that I would like to see a little bit of more of a duelist action, a little bit more of an initiator action going on. Because in this map, it relies little on information because their entries are so small that all you need is your own two eyes and you can just work with that. So if you have your flash to blind those two eyes, it is going to be really, really advantageous to you. So I feel like a Breach might be coming to play. I feel like a Reyna might be coming to play. I feel like a Sky might be coming to play. And if that does, it's going to be a really, really interesting universe.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And, talking about all of these agents, it's only going to be interesting, like you said, to see what exactly they're going to go with. So let's dive into the agent selection, ladies and gentlemen, to see what exactly these players have in store for us. Take it away, Quint.
Yep, and we off the bat, we are gonna be seeing SKY just being a little, fickle about what he wants to play. He did go in for a Reyna pick last time, but like I said, we're gonna be seeing flashes all around. SKY knows that he doesn't have a lot of headroom to be playing Reyna, because if he does, he has to be putting that Leer like properly. He can't really just throw it anywhere and just expect them to be blind. So he has to be a little wise with that. But anyway, we're going to be seeing Fired Up on his usual Jet pick, and Jet has become a staple in all tournaments right now. And we always love seeing a good Jet gameplay. Tone is going to be going for his usual Sova to get out information wherever he can. Would have liked to see a Cypher on him, but nonetheless, we're going to be seeing an initiator slash information broker action from him. Nixera is not going to be going in for any duelist right now. He's going to be going for his usual KJ, and I've seen Nixer before. He's so insane with his aim, because I would have liked to see an initiator coming out from him. Nonetheless, we're going to be seeing a KJ from him. Omkar is going to be on that smoking duty. He's going to be on his Omen. Meanwhile, Tempest is still being a little fickle about what they're going to be doing. AZ is going to be going in for the smokes, is going to be going in for the Astra pick. And like you said before, Astra has so many more abilities to play around with, but he is going to be going in with only smokes. And on this map, that is bad. That is not bad at all. That is fine. Chobes and Zoid, however, I just got in for a little bit of fun play. They just both selected Jet, and they're like, you know what, let's just see whatever comes in. But in the last second, Zoid is going to be going in for Reyna, not going to be opting for that Phoenix anymore, because he wants to get those heals up onto his side. They know they don't have a stage. He wants to be able to support himself. Chobes is not going to be going for the Cypher anymore. Derek Sod, however, is going to be like, you know what? Hold your horses. Let me take the Cypher. Let me take the information out for you. And this little change in character selection, this little change in Cypher selection coming out from Darksod might mean that he just might be better with the Cypher on the map of Haven, or any map at that better. He just might be better at Cypher. And if he is, Inazuma might be in for a little bit of trouble, because all that information just sucked out from the map, from every corner of the map by Darksod, is just going to be helping Tempest to take control, micro controls over various parts of the map. And that is going to be working out to their fullest advantage. But anyway, the agent character selection screen is done, and we're going to be going straight into the game to see what exactly they're going to be putting out onto our screens, because we've talked a lot about what they're going to be doing, but we're going to be seeing that for ourselves right now, universe.
Yeah, absolutely we are, and here comes the pistol round into your side, ladies and gentlemen. Inazuma on defense, Tempest on the offense, and it is going to be quite a bit of a matchup over here, as Inazuma fighting to get this done as a quick 2-0, and Fired Up actually gets the first kill, and he's going to be able to take down the first man. That is going to be Derek Sir, actually, who was playing the Cypher, who just tuned in to change his role, and he's going to get punished for it. Fired Up, he's still holding around this corner, as so is Cone. Is he going to be the first one to pull out the kill, though, on the side of Inazuma, as SK Wow goes down, trying to get a little bit to control towards the B side. And here is Tempest, not actually pushing towards B, with that smoke coming in from Omkar. And Fired Up, he might just find Zoid's kill over here. Oh, no, this is going to be bad. Oh, boy. Oh, no, Fired Up. Need to get one. Nah, he's not going to get one, and he's going to get killed. And here comes the recon. Well, I don't exactly know what a recon is, but he just... Okay. Cone? Hello? What exactly happened there? I don't really know. Quinn, do you?
Yeah, I've seen trigger control before, but I don't think that's how you do it, universe. Like, you're supposed to wait for the second person to come in, and he got all the footsteps that he needed to know that the second person is going to be coming in, but he didn't capitalize on that. Omkar with a cheeky little angling over there. That Astra smoke did come in, but Omkar knew exactly where that hole and the chink in the armor was. But Zoid, hold up, what was that run and gun? What was that flyby? He just instantly locked onto the head and gets a clean kill on
player
not really
standing.
sure who it was, but whoever got that clean kill coming in from him was honestly really on the short end of the stick. Omkar, however, does manage to pull it back together, pulls it down to a 1v1, but he has no idea.
He needs to stick this. Oh my god.
Oh no, he doesn't know that Q is not. And that was such an easy one for Omkar, but unfortunately, he had no idea. I've. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that was just. I mean, this is 200 IQ. I guess FK move.
I mean, yeah, he needed that money, so he did get himself killed. But Kubrick's, oh my god, universe! Like Omkar had no idea that the last adversity, the last challenger that he was supposed to be facing, was not there on the field at all. He's gonna be feeling so bad right now. I'm pretty sure, like, they're not even gonna be giving out their information. They're gonna be playing out that thing to their fullest advantage, going for 4v5 plays, and just leaving that confusion factor onto the field where Team Inazuma has gone, not even going to be knowing that Kubrick's is AFK.
Yeah, absolutely, and this might just play into their minds because they're gonna think that the Sova is active, but he's actually not, and because they haven't spotted him from round one. I mean, they should have an idea that he's AFK. Korn, beautiful bush out with that classic onto Derek Sot's head. Second time he's going down for the first time. That was quite of a tongue twister, but Derek Sot has gone down, and now he is not going to be able to give any information with his camera because Kubrick's is not there. He's the primary information getter for his team with that camera or with those tripwires. And now Zoid is going to get one back though. Nagzera going to go down 4v4, actually 3v4, which is in the hands of Inazuma right now. And the seaside looking very, very likely for them as they move in. SKWow trying to get that kill. He dags down Zoid though, and Zoid is going to heal himself up as he kills down SKWow. Here comes the shock dart. Chops will find Omkar, and it should be an easy round for them. And Chops will get another one as well. And fired up with this shorty. I mean, what's the max you can do? You need to get right up close in front, in almost kissing range to kill somebody with this gun. But I don't think he's gonna find anything unless they walk out garage.
Alright, please pick up the frenzy. I'm so hoping that he's gonna pick up the frenzy because he might be able to get at least one kill. But no, he's just gonna be going in with that shorty, just waiting for. Oh, he's eyeing the frenzy. He knows that the gun is there. He wants it bad. But no, I'm not really sure how he didn't expect that flying coming in. The bomb plant, the spike plant had gone down, so obviously they have to go away from the site. How did he not expect? Kubrick, who was AFK by the way, I'm very sure he came in at the last second. It's like, wait, hold up, what's going on? Oh shit, the match has started, and he just went in, and it was like, hold up, why is that garage position being held? And he just killed him straight out the bat. Really confused gameplay going on right now, but at the same time, you were really, really right, Universe. They are, Tempest is better on the attack side, and their Haven seems to be somewhat of their home map right now, because they know exactly how to take the sites. The smokes are finally coming out properly, and even Jet is coming out with proper smoking, and they're just taking sites also beautifully. They're taking garage control, they're flowing in as a unit, they're taking the sites as a team, and this character selection, this agent selection by the various players, I feel like is more of a uniform selection, and this is what they normally play with. Normally with Joy being on the arena, and the other characters being selected by the other players. I feel like this is more of a balanced sort of pick, and that is working out to their advantage. But nonetheless, the next round is going to be coming into play, and Inazuma doesn't have anything to work around with, but Fired Up is going to be managing that anyway. Gets one kill, and Kone is just going to be locking onto Kubrick's head and deleting him. Nonetheless, the Gravity Wells are going to be coming in finally. This is exactly what we wanted to see, Universe, and they're going to be picking that pace back up. Darkseid is going to be getting the final kills, shutting down Team Inazuma, bringing the third round onto the side for Team Tempest. And Inazuma looking a little bit confused. Those retakes are not exactly on point there. They're not going in with their utilities. They're trying their best. They're giving it their all, but they're being a little confused because it is kind of an attacker-sided map, like you said, because once you get control, it is really hard to take control back. Tempest knows that, takes the fullest advantage of that, and they're doing it so much better than they did on the map of Ascent.
Yeah, absolutely, and they have got pretty good start over here. I mean, that retake for in B is such a scuffed position, especially when you're coming from those two different doors, right? Because there's just literally such a small angle for you to get your players coming into. And now, look at this from Fired Up. He's trying to get these kills, and now he's wasted 3 of his knives. Direct shot, and he's gonna get the kill. Yeah, he's finally gonna get the kill out of Fired Up. He's not gonna be the first one going down. And here comes another one from Direct shot as well. Chops is gonna take down Omkar, and here is the A side open for Tempest. Oh, they're pushing in. They're pushing in. Oh, Nightjar actually gets that kill on the Chops, but Zoid is, a little too late to get his kill. SK, wow, you cheeky little bugger. He gets that first kill with a beautiful sheriff flick. And Darkstar is going to shut him down in his shenanigans. 3 kills for him though. And Tempest put up a 4th on the board already with no response.
4 rounds onto their side, and Kubrick's was even AFK for the first 2 rounds. Honestly, Inazuma has to be picking up their game, has to be picking up their retakes, and they have to be playing it a little bit slower. Because yes, I know Chobes, I know Fired Up, you're playing that Jet. I know you love your Blade Storm, but can you please just fall back a little bit? Although you have your Blade Storm out, you don't have to be taking that aggressive of an angle. You have to be falling back with your team and retaking it like a proper unit. Otherwise, you are going to be losing your heads. You are going to be losing and giving away that damage that Tempest needs to take control aside. And off the bat, we're going to be seeing another A take. And oh no, he knows that that A take is coming in. He goes into the Blade Storm, but no. So he's going to be shut down. But Tempest is going to be answering back and just takes out all of the players on the side of Inazuma. Such a confused play coming in universe. I'm not really sure whether they're gonna be able to take it down, but no, Umpire is gonna be sprayed out through that smoke. That was a really common angle. He fired up, does manage to become a kill, but he's just going for a second. Tries to get a third, tries to go in for that no scope, and no. Darkside is gonna be shutting him right down. This was a good answer back coming from Inazuma, but they're being way too confused. They have to be falling back when they hear that take coming in from A side. They can't be loitering and try to pick up fights. If you can get 1 kill at least, fall back after that. Don't get overconfident and stay on side, because you're gonna start losing heads. It's an entire cavalry, it's an entire unit, an entire team rushing in towards you. What are you gonna do alone?
Yeah, it is really important for them to hold on to this, and 5 rounds on the board for them, and Inazuma, no response whatsoever. They have an eco right now and they're pushing up towards mid, but they're gonna read it all wrong because C-side has already been hit. Fired up, he gets tagged down by that recon, and here comes a little bit of a utility to stop him from entering into that cosmic divide. Cone will get 1 though. Zoid and Chops will pull back 3 actually. Now it is gonna be Kubrick who's gonna be stopping the force coming in from the flank. It is gonna be SK1 and Cone going down, and Tempest. I don't know what they did, but they did everything right, and they switched it up quite a bit, didn't they? Because 6-0 Inazuma, they are, I don't exactly know what's happening, but they're having very confused plays over here.
I'm not really sure they're not being able to pull it back, but then again, like I said before, some teams are just better in the defense, some teams are just better on the attack. And like you told me, this is exactly why I was asking that input from you. I wanted to know exactly which side Team Tempest is the most comfortable with, but little did Inazuma know that they're going to be this strong on the attack side, because Haven seems to be their home map. They know how to take the sides. They went in for their usual picks. They knew exactly how to play it, and they're pulling it out to their fullest advantage. They're going with such good pressure. They're going with such good utility usage that I honestly wish that this came out of the first map, and that honestly might have been their win too. Nonetheless, we're going to be seeing a super hard aggression coming in from Choke over there. Does manage to take out Nyxera, but at the same time, nothing else is going to be coming out from the side of Inazuma. SK Wow does try to get a kill, because he had to pull it back up for his team. But finally, we're going to be seeing the gravity belts coming in from the side of Astra there, and that is going to mean that SK Wow is going to be going down. AZ is going to be picking up another kill on Omkar, bringing down to a 2v4 situation. The player advantage is in the hands of Team Tempest right now, and they can bring it all back, and they are going to be doing that. 6 rounds onto their side and make that a 7th, and they're just choking Inazuma so hard that Inazuma doesn't even know what is happening right now. They're not even understanding what's happening on the screens right now. They're not falling back at the right time. They're losing out the rounds. They're losing out their economy. They're losing out their confidence, and they're letting Team Tempest take it all away from them. And look at that right now. They still don't have the money. They have 1 Phantom on them. They're going to be going in for a Vandal, but SK Wow is going to be going in for Spectre. He's going to be a Sheriff on Omkar. He's not really sure what he's going to be picking, but he doesn't have the money, and another equal round is going to be coming out for them, while Tempest is going to be going in for a full buy universe.
Yeah, they have a full buy for the side of Tempest, but it's a very desperate situation over here for Inazuma as they're trying to get something done, and they're trying. SK Wow will actually pick up 2 with that Stinger, and he gets that kill, sorry, the Vandal as well. Here comes the Molotov. He's actually burning his own teammate, but that's alright. He can heal himself in that now. And here comes Darkstar towards A-Long. They know that he's here on the side. It's all up to him. He gets, but it's gonna be Nyxera who gets that kill. Chops, he gets one
player
back.
standing.
Kubriks will find one
Spike
back as well.
down
Fired
A.
up, they're gonna make it down to a 3v1. And this might be the first round for the side of Inazuma. And there it is, a thrifty. And what a way to begin the half as well for the side of Inazuma. Now, all they need is to bring it back to 7-5. And it's gonna be a half not lost at all.
True, right. You're so right, Universe. But at the same time, like I said, you might just start picking things back up on the attack, right? So I feel like Inazuma might just be better on the attack. And that first round, like you said, was such a stormy round that I didn't expect that. I didn't see that coming. They were on a hard eco, and I really thought they were going to lose it out. But SK, those first 2 kills that SK got and kept Team Tempest on their toes, trying to figure out what's happening to them, is what honestly got them the round. I feel like that the MVP of that round was SK. Without those first 2 kills, there's no way that Team Inazuma would have gotten it out. But nonetheless, that is a beautiful round coming in from them. They did get their economy back up. They do have the guns in their hands to fight back, to answer Tempest back with their own firepower. And they have a little bit of the confidence factor going in for them. And honestly, Universe, if they get at least 4 rounds, right, they could start bringing it back. But now they're understanding they were being a bit too aggressive, which is why they're being able to take the sides back. We are going to be seeing an aggression coming in from Tempest over there on B side. They had the side in their control, but this is exactly what Inazuma was expecting, exactly what Inazuma should be doing. They fell back, they waited for that spike plan to come in, and they're gonna be taking the fullest advantage of that. They now know what they have to do. They can go in as a team and they can start taking back, because the spike plan has come in, Universe, but nobody has died so far, which means the entirety of Inazuma can push it at the right time together and start clearing out the corners properly. But now it all depends upon coordination, Universe, because if they take the wrong angles like that, Tempest is gonna shut you down. You can't give them 1v1s, and that was a flawless round coming in from Tempest as they picked up the right kills at the right time. They just held it down so well, Universe, that honestly, Inazuma didn't even know what hit them. Like, they were holding proper angling, they were trusting their teammates and just leaving the rest of the openings up to them. And once you have the crossfire set up, you can't beat Tempest. Tempest is really good at what they do, and Inazuma is starting to underestimate them a little bit, and they should be doing what Tempest is doing. They should be putting up the crossfires to get those kills onto their side. Otherwise, they're just going to be getting taken out.
Yeah, they are going to be getting taken out back and forth again. Tempest, I mean, how many times now have we seen Cohen that they're abusing that B side, right? I think this is the 5th, maybe round, 4th, 5th round, that they're going in, that they're finding so much success over there, and Inazuma just not able to find a response to that, and it looks like they're looking like to hit it again. Let's give out with the operator this time. He gets one for sure, but he's immediately, almost instantly traded out. And look at this. It's again the B side. I don't really know why Inazuma are not letting this side have a defender standing in there. But Omkar somehow gets one back though. He has the advantage for his team at the moment, but has immediately pulled back. But 3v3, and there goes the plant again. Easy comes in from Garage and absolutely destroys Kone's head. And now 2v3, retake again. And it's not gonna work out because now they even know where they are. Here comes the neural theft. And this is just so bad for Inazuma. Zoid's gonna take out Fired Up. And this is a 9th round that's looking quite on the board. Wait, Omkar! Okay, he gets a 3K and almost gave me a heart attack over there, and probably Tempest as well. But AZ is just gonna be shutting him down. And now it is going to be the side of Inazuma who give up another round. Tempest put up 9 on the board. And like I said, Quinn, you see how many times they're abusing the B side? And there is nobody from Inazuma who are even standing there to, you know, stop them. And they're just letting them take this side, and even they know that the retakes are not working, but they're still not doing anything about it.
Exactly. I am just as disappointed as you are. I don't really know why mid is being being taken that easily, because you have a Sentinel, and the mid is the happiest place for a Sentinel, and finally Nike comes down onto B side, puts up that turret to get out that information. That is gonna mean the Tempest is gonna be falling back finally, but SK Wow is gonna be super aggressive with this push over there, doesn't manage to get a kill, tries to go in for a second, but that is gonna be just his run it back. Darkstone is gonna be shutting that down. The one kill is again gonna be playing out to Team Inazuma's advantage, because every time SK Wow gets the first 2 kills, or at least the first kill, that really just gets the ball rolling, and Inazuma starts bringing it all back. Omkar does try to go in for a cheeky peek over there with his ultimate to find out where everybody is. It's going to be taken out. He knows where they are right now, and they are going to be clumped out around A. If they understand that, they might have to go in for a retake right now, Universe, but at the same time, Chove is gonna be placing his Blaze Storms into SK Wow's head, yes, and Nike is going to be trading his fallen brother out. takes out Chokes instead, brings it out to a 3v3, and the spike plant is going to be coming in, which means that the retake scenario has to be coming in. And since you have 3 players to put up a crossfire with, it also gives Team Inazuma that little bit of breathing room to be able to take that side. The Hunter Spear is going to be coming out to take out any information and players at the same time, but no, AZ is going to be taking them right out. Khone tries to go in for a double kill, does manage to get Darkside out, does get manage to take AZ out, but he is going to be taken out by his nemesis, his opponent Sova. Kubrick is going to be landing that final kill, but Count is so low health. Khone honestly did manage to collect that out. He could have just become like, he could have just started bringing out a god tier kind of gameplay and just sprayed them both down, but it was a little poorly predicted. And like you said, B side is being let so open, it's just being left so open that Team Tempest is being able to take that. But finally we see Nixer and Omkar holding that mid side down, and I hope the gameplay is going to be changing up a little bit.
Yeah, and now it is, Tempest who are pushing the gun over here, and they're pushing up the pedal, and they're trying to get everything that they can. SK Wow just gonna get a dink. It is not working out for him this game, and he's just, not having the potential of, impacting the game as much as he could and as much as he did in the previous game. And look at this Tempest. They're gonna put up 11th on the board now. It's 11 to 1 half. Surely they're not gonna let this slip away like last evening.
Oh no, now that you mention it, I am not really sure what Tempest is going to be doing. 111 on the scoreboard right now. Universe, and it is looking really, really strong for Tempest, but I'm not really sure if Inazuma is going to be able to bring it back to the attacker side, because I've seen a lot of comebacks happening. And yes, I know that there are a few people who say that 8-4 is a really good balance for a comeback sort of scenario to be set up. But at the same time, 11-1 has been done before. On a map like Haven, but it's such a switchable kind of map, you can see anything coming out onto play. Inazuma might be able to bring it all back. But I don't understand what happened with the defense over there. Yes, I know you're right. It is kind of an attacker-sided map, but please hold mid at least. Why are you not doing that? And honestly, it just didn't work out for them. And like I said before, what I thought Team Tempest was going to be doing for the first round is what Team Inazuma is going to be doing. They're going to be going in for an A rush, but everybody on the side of Tempest is going to be stacked on mid because they're predicting it all on that play. They're going to be flanking them hard, but if they get caught off guard, they're going to be going down one after the other. But I don't think they're going to be caught off guard. The entirety of the team is going to go in for that flank, but that information has been given out. Now Team Inazuma knows that they're going to be coming in for the flank, and they're not going to be giving out any heads. They're just going to be waiting for them to push in. They're going to be getting those heads one after the other, and the spike plant is going to be coming in. Beautifully done by Team Inazuma, because that third positioning by Nixer over there is probably what is going to be saving them. The backup is going to be coming down to help Nixer and get those kills, but no, Zoid is going to be picking up the first kill instead. Not really sure what's happening, and Khone is going to pick up the slack, gets a couple of kills. Omkar is going to be helping his teammate out, gets another kill for himself. Darkstar is going to be activating himself, gets SK Wow off the slate. 2v2 situation, Universe. Do you think they're going to be able to make it?
I do not see it happening. I think the diffuse might just be stuck over here unless Omkar, Darkstar actually is going to get both of these kills. It's going to actually be match point just like that.
Wow.
And I think it might just be all over.
Oh my god, what was that match? Because in Inazuma, they just let it slip round after round after round. I have no idea what's happening with Inazuma, and they just don't seem to be in that sync anymore. SK was pushing when he shouldn't be. Khone is honestly picking up the slack. Honestly, I'm loving how Khone is playing. He's playing the right amount of defense, the right amount of attack at the right time. And Khone, it's paying off for Khone, but SK was pushing. He's the initial fragger, but that doesn't mean that you have to push on the defense. He gave out a lot of deaths. He just gave it all up, and honestly, Tempest took advantage of that. Nike was not holding down mid. He did that towards the end and managed to get one round to his own side, but honestly, not really sure what they're going to be doing. But off the bat, we're going to be seeing Farida picking up one kill on AAZ as they went in for a garage shake, but then Team Inazuma is going to be picking up their slack, trying to pick up those kills back up again, but it is already a confidence game for Tempest right now. They have to just pick up the kills, and that's all they have to do, and Zoid is going to be doing exactly that. Gets a 2k, does try to get in, go in for that third kill, but Darkside is going to be shutting him down. The Darkside with a cheeky gun play coming in from Darkside. I'm not really sure what happened there, because Inazuma was looking so strong in the first map, but in the second, they just broke it down. They just fell lean out, and Tempest took advantage of that. I feel like Haven is Tempest's home ground, and like you said, they're good on the attack, and once they have that momentum and the confidence going on, they have to just start bringing it back, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, what a performance it was, right? I mean, 11 to 1 half on the attacking side, and you shut it down 13 to 1 after getting, on the other map where you just got hit 13 to 10, and they pull back the second map again. This is what happened yesterday as well. The second map went in their favor. Only that it was another map. It was Bind yesterday actually, but and they lost it on Heaven. But somehow looks like they've dealt with all of their mistakes and they've dealt with all of the problems that happened on Haven yesterday, and they pull a huge dominating 13 to 1 win. And my oh my, Tempest, they're not out of this at all. They are going to be picking up another point for themselves in the you know group standings and table of things. But let's just have a look at match highlights to see how exactly Tempest absolutely dominated Inazuma in this one. Because oh my God, Quint, I don't think I've seen Inazuma being dominated to this level before.
This level, yes, dominated is the exact word that you have to be using, and so beautifully picked out. Because Tempest just didn't give Inazuma any time to breathe. They just kept coming round after round. They just kept taking from them. Inazuma was just so suffocated, universe. I don't know what went wrong, but they were letting the side control slip. Yes, this is kind of an explosive thing, and you can take it down, bring it down to a retake. But even the retakes weren't coming out. SQL was being way too aggressive. Nightera wasn't being the sentinel that he should have been. Omkar was doing his best to put up those smokes, but he was still failing a little bit. He tried his best. Cone, in my eyes, was the one guy who tried his best to pick up the slack for his team, to play the right amount of defense, to play the right amount of attack, to play the right amount of information, and he went all out. But the rest of his teammate, even Fired Up, tried to pick up a few kills, but it was being as aggressive as SK WoW, and it just was so detrimental to them. It might have been a little bit of overconfidence that came in because of the insane domination that they put out on the first map. But since that overconfidence came in, Tempest just picked it back up. They picked up their cans of Red Bull probably, and they just started going at it again. But at the same time, I saw way better Astral Star usage over here from AEZ, because he started using the gravity wells. This is what we were talking about yesterday. The last map when we universe. AZ wasn't putting up those gravity wells. He wasn't putting up those concusses, but he did that this map.
Yeah, he did, and it was all about that utility usage in this map, right? Because we saw actually a big improvement from the last map. Look at that; you could see that gravity well right there, which was popped in on the floor. And Tempest, they were quite well. I mean, they were quite aware of what exactly was happening around them, and every single round that they were, winning, they knew how to hit Inazuma right at the dead center and shoot them where it hurts the most. And I mean, that's exactly what they did. Tempest, in a Zuma right now, if you just lost 13-1 on Haven, a map where you have performed well before, uh, what's your mindset going to be going into the third map?
Yeah, I have no idea what they're going to be doing, because honestly, they would be shaken up a little bit, because they probably were feeling it like, yeah, we're very confident on this map. We're going to be taking the win on this map. But no, when a Tempest just comes in and destroys that confidence of yours, I'm very sure that confidence roll is going to be there on the side of Tempest, but on the side of Inazuma, they're going to be feeling a little scared. So I'm not really sure how the decider map is going to be played out by Inazuma. And if Tempest just keeps the roll going on, this might be the first win, the win that they need, universe, because once they get this win, they're a little clear out of the bottom half of the group. And once that happens, they have a little room to breathe. They're not going to be as scared as they were before. And I feel like that is honestly what is driving them. That is what is giving them that motivation, that confidence to give it their all, because they know once they start losing out these maps, they're going to be slipping straight back to the bottom, and not a lot of matches are left up for them to bring it all back. And if they can't pull out the last remaining few matches, it's just certain death for them. It's just certain relegation for them. But nonetheless, universe, I'm really proud of what Tempest put out on show for us today, because they did it so well. And AZ put out those proper stars. He put out the proper gravity wells at the right time, and they just kept Team Inazuma on their toes, and Inazuma was so confused. I'm not really sure why they couldn't bring it back. And Tempest, really, if they bring this confidence onto the third map, also, I want to point out that my Caster's Curse didn't kick in. I was really reminded about the second map going to Inazuma, and we are going to be seeing the decider map come in. But anyway, universe, that decider map is going to be set up for us. And this is going to be the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. And you can go down to the description, pick up your SSDs, pick up your cars, power up your gaming, get a Red Bull even, scan that QR code, get your Red Bull, and honestly, get that energy back to keep it going for the Decider map. Honestly, Inazuma has to be getting that energy back up, otherwise they're going to be losing out. But nonetheless, we're going to be right back, me and Universe, to give you more of that action that you have been waiting for. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third map that is going to be coming into play. This is the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We've come back with the third map of the day. I'm not really sure what happened in the second map because Inazuma is just a little bit confused. And Team Tempest just took advantage of that and put it down to a 13-1. Inazuma must be broken a little bit. Anyway, we're going to be not wasting time at all. We're going to be going into the map veto to show you and run you through what happened so far and what you're going to be seeing right now. You know what? I was gonna be doing this, but you know what? Universe, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, you look at these two scorelines and you're gonna think, what the hell happened, right? Because 13-10 in Inazuma victory, and then they lose. They just remove that 0 from the side of what Tempest put up in the first map,
right?
and they take that. You know, like, okay, guys, we don't want that 0 even. We're just gonna take that first digit number, and that's the score we want. And they went ahead with that, and although they didn't, ask for it, they were given it to it on a platter filled with designer coatings and all the stuff that you can get around. Like, it was blazing hot and it was served to them, and when they put it in their mouth, it was so hot that they couldn't handle the fire of Tempest, and they had to spit it out. So it was the 13-1 scoreline, and my oh my, it was so heavily dominated by Tempest. And I hope that it's going to be a closer affair this time, because if somebody has to dominate, it might just be another landslide victory. And this just shows how quickly games turn around. 13-10, 13-1, like not even.
Honestly, but at the same time, it's going to be bind universe. So I feel like this is more of an explosive kind of map, but it also depends a lot on the abilities to take entry into the side. We are going to be going to the agent selection screen to see what utilities are going to be using this map to, take control of the sides, to take those executes, make those executes happen. We are going to be seeing Ohm Crown that I don't know, universe, why everybody goes in for Brimstone pick on Bind. Like, you can go for Astra on almost any map. And I've played Astra on Bind. It's really, really useful because you can just use a gravity ball to suck people out of their usual spots, the ones that you can clear out. That really comes into your advantage, but I don't really know why Astra is not played a lot. Nonetheless, we're going to be seeing smokes coming in from Homekar. Nike is going to go as for his usual Killjoy to get those flanks off, catch those flanks off guard. Cone is going to be with his Sova to get all the information he wants. Kubrick's might be playing Sova too. Yes, he is. Kubrick's going to be playing Sova along with Chobes, his usual Cypher pick, which is honestly a good thing for flanks because you don't really need that Killjoy. Chobes on that Cypher is really good. And I'm not seeing that camera setup coming out as often. I feel like it depends on map. I feel like there are a few more maps he's comfortable with and a few that he's not. And fired up, he's going to be going for a completely different agent selection, which is going to be Sage. What do you think about the lineup right now?
I think that these guys are going for that single duelist meta, which is going to be. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out on Vine, but they're gonna have a bit of an idea for sure. And I mean, SK Wow is pretty explosive with that jet, and we know how he is. But is he gonna be able to do that without any support by his side? Is the question. He will have somebody to jump in. Fired Up will have that revive as well to his use. And but the one thing about it is, he needs 8 ultimate orbs, and that's quite a bit of an investment, right? Because it might just come, twice and a half, maybe 3 times at the very least. So let's just see how it's going to work out for them as we dive into the game. It's going to be the third map of the day between these two teams. Inazuma and Tempest, they're fighting it out. They're fighting it out for everything that they, believe in, for everything that they want to be doing in this competition. And yeah, it's all about these two teams who are going to be looking to get that victory, and they're going to be looking to find, that third map. They both of them have got a point each. But that doesn't mean that they've got the entire victory, because that one extra point that they will get by winning out this map is going to be more crucial for them in the longer run.
You're so right. But honestly speaking about the map in particular that is coming into play right now, I feel like I like the character selection on the side of Inazuma a little better. Because yes, you have that Sage to wall off Hookah when you need to. You have Nike to give you that information on the flanks. Because you don't really, and that Sova, Cone is going to be playing that Sova to get that recon dart action going on. That is all the stuff that you need. And Omkar is going to be playing smokes. SKY is going to be playing the Resident Duelist. And what I don't like on the side of Tempest is the fact that Zoid went in for Reyna. Reyna is not a character that I like seeing played on smaller maps like mine. But that flash, you can't place it at all. It's going to go into walls. It's not going to be even coming into your use. It's just going to be, you're just going to be relying on your heals and dismisses. Although, yeah, you can be using that, I wouldn't recommend going in for a Reyna pick on the map of Vine. But anyway, we're going to be seeing Zoid playing that Reyna. I don't really know if he's going to be able to take the, fullest advantage come out of that Reyna. But we shall see, as the first round is a little slower universe. They're not going in for the usual aggressive playstyle. And that funny little gravity wall is going to be coming out, dropping that boom bot.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, universe. He went in for that lamp push and he didn't expect the entirety of the team in Inazuma being there at lamp. And he just got destroyed. Kubrix is... What is happening? Kubrix, what are you doing? You just ignored... What?
Okay.
Universe, take it away. I don't even know at this point. What?
And that's an ace. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, guys. Hold on. So there was so much chaos happening, right? There was so much stuff happening. And Kubrix just went past everything that was happening on the backside. And Tempest were all over the place. Somehow they gave away the first kill, but then they got back everything. And to get back everything was actually Chops. And he got an ace. I don't even know. I'm just gonna let that to the discretion of the viewer to understand what exactly Chops did there, or what exactly Tempest did there, or rather what did Inazuma do there, because I mean, they kind of just blew it all up. They had the advantage, they had the map control, but the moment Tempest walked in and they rushed all the way towards that side to get that plan going, they just fell apart like dominoes. And yeah, as a result of that, it's gonna be Chops who picks up a lot of economy for himself, a lot of money that he has, and he's gonna save it up for the next round, because sectors across the board, one Vandal for sure, and Tempest have an advantage, at least in terms of weaponry. And there it is, that weaponry advantage. Sorry, I'm choking up a bit. Darixor is gonna get a first kill with a weaponry advantage, and here is Easy adding on to that. Fired up goes down, no utility usage for him, and it's gonna be Darixor picking up a second. He's not afraid to push in over here at all. Omkar has a classic, might just spray down one, and that's not gonna happen. Darixor is gonna get a third, and Kun, last man standing, belong. What can he possibly do? I mean, he should be good for one, maybe. And here comes the shock daddy. They know where he is. Yeah. Okay, one. Make that. Oh, what? Sorry, Kubrix? Hello?
Man, Kubrix on right now.
Kubrix, last round you just walked past everybody on the site, and this time he's gonna whiff an entire mag onto Cone.
Is this ping okay? Is he feeling okay? Kubrix, are you okay? Did too much Red Bull? I'm not sure. What happened? I'm not really sure what happened. The first round, he just went into lamps, and he ignored his entire team. And all of that sound coming in from the right side. Did he wear his headphones on wrong or something? But nonetheless, I'm not really sure what's happening, because Kubrix seems to be playing without headphones. I'm not really sure, because he doesn't get that information that he needs. Nonetheless, that was an equal round on the last one from Inazuma, but they played it a little bit aggressively, which means that they wouldn't get kills. Kubrix, I'm not really sure what he's on. He's just getting taken out left, right, and center. He's just lost all, hope, and he's like leaving it all up to his teammates who are picking up their slack. They're managed to get the kills, but you know what? This is gonna be the full buy round coming in from Inazuma, and they're gonna be answering back because multiple kills are gonna be going out off the bat, and it's gonna be going across the board. 2v4 situation already, and a minute left on the clock. A lot of time to be playing around with. And Fired Up is going to be whiffing that spray control a little bit over there on Darkside, and Darkside is going to be taking advantage of that, gets the spray down. 2v3 situation still possible. The Astral Stars are going to be coming in to put up that post-plant positioning, but what is happening? They're just firing in between people at this point. Darkside is going to be picking up the slack. Does manage to get AZ out. It is down to 1v situation, and he has a spike. He can go in for a cheeky play and go all the way down to A. But he has to give out enough time to give out that information to Sova over there, Cone over there, to think that he's going to be going in for an A take. But no, he knows that a B plant is going to be coming in, and the spike does get planted. Darkside has his showstopper in his hand. All he has to do is find out where Cone is, and he knows that defender spawn position is not going to be held by Cone, but he's not sure yet. He's going to be clearing both corners. Cone knows that somewhere on the side, Darkside is gonna be there, but that dart at the wrong time does mean that Darkside is gonna be picking up the third kill. Universe, what is going on? Everybody's spraying in between people. Spray control is not happening. People are just hopping around the map. Random kills are going on. Sprays are being whiffed. What is happening?
Welcome to Valorant.
Oh
welcome,
my god.
Welcome to Quintessential Valorant, and that is exactly what's happening here. Tempest have put up 3 on the board with no response, and it looks like they might be going in for another 13-1 battering maybe, or maybe a 13-0 as well. And it is Inazuma who have, Eco coming in, but Omkar, he's going to get one head for sure. Chops is going to go down. Beautiful shot coming in from him with the Sheriff and the Nike Zera. Peeks out towards Belong at the wrong time, and that gives away his life. Fired Up gets one with the classic, and that's all he's going to get. Darkshot's going to take his life as well. 2 kills for him, and the B side open for Tempest to plant. And here comes the flank from Cone. And Omkar, who still has only a Sheriff, is going to be coming in from defender side. What can they pull off? I mean, maybe 1 kill, maybe 2. Kubrick's on the other side of the smoke. Is he gonna whiff another mag? I shouldn't think so. Direct on. He's gonna go down. But Kubrick's this time he connects onto his bullets, and that's all it's going to be for Omkar. He got 2 kills and he was successful in damaging their economy as much as he could. But Tempest, they still win out the round, and that's all they wanted. Their economy not hurt that much at all. It's only Zoid and Chops who are quite a little bit low on money. But the rest of them are pretty much okay with what they've got. In Inazuma, they really need to build up something, because if they let Tempest run away with this, and they lose this round as well, then they're gonna be on an eco yet again, and that's gonna be another round going their way. For now though, they need to do whatever they can and not let Tempest drive them around like this, because it is getting very difficult. And look at that again. Quaid Chops is getting the initial peak, and then it is again advantage for them. Here comes, oh my god, he just throws in a neural theft and he goes for the teleport.
And I'm guessing he's going to be playing with his teammates on B side, but Zoid is going to be soloing A, trying to get as many kills as he can, and he does manage to get one. He managed to get that distance to find out where everybody else is. Does the Cone, but with the knife in his hand? Universe, I'm not really sure what's happening, but the entire Tempest is gonna go in for that hunt, and Niger is gonna, the poor soul is gonna be seeing the entirety of Tempest is coming at him, charging like bulls. Literal bulls, and they went in for the plant on A side, and they went all the way to B to see where they are. You're not wrong. Yes, Universe, you're so right. This is quintessential Valorant. This is boiled down to unrated at this point. We're watching unrated being played. We don't know what is happening. There's no strategies. Everybody's just going for
what is happening?
SK WoW goes down to the entirety of Team Tempest coming out from both sides. You do realize, Universe, we're seeing unrated coming out onto our screens right now. What? What?
I mean, look at this moment right here. He peeks out with his knife, and then he goes for
what?
Died. What? Man, the nerve for you to do that. Yeah, I mean, you can't disrespect them like that. Inazuma, oh my god, they are, like I said, they're back on an eco again. And absolutely, that 5-man rush meta is just crazy. And here it comes SK. Wow, he's going to take that damage and he's going to run back. But 5 HP,
my
Chops is going to
God.
take him down. Those knives are not going to be able to fire. It's going to be able to be fired even once. Cone finally gets one though. And make that another. Okay, Cone. Alright. Cheeky little bugger gets two with that sheriff. But Kubis is going to take him down with the shock dart. Revive is available. But players to be revived are nowhere close by. And now it is Tempest who have the advantage. And I mean, Nike what can you do at this point? I mean, to be honest, I think Tempest are just having a good laugh at this point. And now there it is. It's gonna be one kill that comes on the fired up side. And okay. I mean, all right. Okay. Quint, I think I've lost all my understanding of this game. I think this is a completely new meta being played by both of these teams over here. I mean, I hope the viewers are having quite a bit of an enjoyment from this because this is just, I don't know, this is just entertainment at its purest.
Honestly, that early afternoon entertainment from Valorant that they needed is going to be, that quota is going to be satiated for the entire audience. They're probably having such a blast right now, just laughing it off, just wondering what's trying to make any sense of what is happening from both sides of the team right now. Because I for sure can't, you for sure can't. This is an entirely new meta where they're just going into the 5-man rush, getting kills, which is good teamwork and coordination at the same time. But what? There are no utilities. This is raw aim game, and it's a deathmatch at this point. And there's so many utilities when I say that. Just showstoppers just still starts coming out. Knives are popping up for somewhere, getting a kill, fired up, getting a kill over here. 2v3 situation already. I'm trying to make the most amount of sense I can from this whatsoever. I mean, Niter is trying to look at that. I mean, fired up is trying to look for that revive coming in to bring it back to an equal stance. But then again, they have the advantage. Zoid and Kubrick's over here know exactly where they are. They're gonna try to go in for those kills. Zoid managed to get one kill and he's gonna be healing himself, but he has that ultimate over there. He can pull this off. It is all up to him. Maybe this is gonna be the first round for the side of Team Inazuma, but I'm pretty sure Team Inazuma is as confused as we are, and Zoid has to get a move going on, and he does get a move going on. They're gonna be putting up a one side for fight for Zoid. I don't know why they're doing that, but Cone is going to be stepping up for his teammates as he has been doing for the entirety of all the 3 maps. Honestly, Universe Cone has been the one consistent player who's been picking up the slack for his teams all the 3 maps, and he's trying his best to give them a good fight. But at the same time, his teammates are not lagging that far behind. They're trying their best to support him, but they're losing it a little bit. They lost it a lot on the second map. On this map, everyone is confused. I can't even say anything. I won't even hold it against Inazuma because everyone is confused. Tempest is going in for a 5-man rush and not thinking anything through. Just throwing utilities across the field and just taking the site. What is happening?
Yeah, it's just all an absolute chaos right now across the board for both of these teams, to be honest. And I mean, what can you say at this point? I mean, entertainment value, yeah, 100. But Valorant value, I am not quite sure where that is ranging on. For the moment, it is Tempest who have pulled it down to a 4v4. After a trade frag goes into the both sides. It looks like A side is looking where they're going to be hitting. Kubrick gets the sight of one, gets the sight of another. He knows where 2 players are, and he's tagged on one at the very minimum. And here they go. Here comes the recon as well. It's going to spot out a few players at the back of the side. And they're trying to take control of U-Haul. And here it is, Chops with the tripwire in his hand. He's going to be caught out, and SK was going to take down Zoid as well. And Tempest are falling apart. Here is a 1v4 situation where they did not want to find themselves into, especially Kubrick. Look at him. He's just going to be playing around that cosmic divide, and he's going to go in. He's going to give out a lot of sound. They know that he's probably going to be towards over this side. But look at this. What the? Oh, what? Kubrick! No way did just make that happen. I'm pretty sure they should have heard him on the other side of the cosmic divide coming into U-Haul. But they didn't. And now it's very much doable for him. Fired up. He's looking like he's going to stick this diffuse. Okay, he sticks it out actually. And oh my god, Kubrick. What a yeah, absolutely valiant effort from him for sure. But Inazuma, they're gonna pull back a second, and Tempest. I mean, they could have got that round. Kubrick's almost pulled down that 1v4, but in the end, it was Fired Up who diffused that and got the timing for himself perfected, and he took down Kubrick's, and it was Inazuma who picked up the second round. And now I think we're slowly stepping into the tactical side of this map after a bit of fun over there, Quaint, because now it's going back and forth, and Inazuma are answering back.
Yeah, they sure are, and I feel like I can finally make sense of what is happening on the screen right now. And Inazuma is picking up the slack. They're understanding where they're going wrong. They're starting to bring the force back. They're finally starting to bring the fight back to Tempest. And off the bat, SK WoW is going to be going in for a really aggressive push. Now, this is exactly what I was saying. He shouldn't be doing that every round because it might just play out to his disadvantage. It might give him a kill or two, but that is all it's going to give him because that information has gone out and he knows that there are two people there. He's going to be taken out. I don't know why SK was doing that, but it is already down to a 4v5 situation and 2-6 on the scoreboard right away. We're looking really good on the side of Tempest over here because the attacker side is a little harder on this on the map of Vine. Finally, a smoke is going to be coming out from our resident Brimstone over there, but that doesn't really matter. He's going to be able to get one kill, but the second kill is going to be going out. 2v3 situation and 50 seconds left on the clock. Spike plant is going to be coming in universe, and the retake scenario has been set up. All down to Fired Up and Nightstar to use their ability, use his grunts, use their raw aim potential to get the kills out and to manage to take this round back. And off that bat, Fired Up is going to manage to get a kill on Darkside. 2v2 situation, and the lockdown is going to be coming from Nightstar instead. He can really pull this off, and honestly, that was such an easy kill for Kubrick. He peeked, he gave out all the information to Nightstar. He gets a little confused because there are two people remaining. He has to get all the information he can. Fired Up tries to go in for that clutch, but he can't really do much against two players popping up on his screens and equally firing at them. They did manage to get that 7th round onto the board for them. Tempest is managed to pull it back, and they're playing it more coordinated right now. And I see a lot of utility uses coming out, and that Cosmic Divide on that round was so beautifully placed. But Inazuma is breaking apart at times. Tempest is breaking apart at times. I'm not really sure what is happening, because you remember that that flank that came in from U-Halls, not only was the sound given out, that was kind of obvious because he was not peeking, so he must be coming around. I don't know why that was not predicted, and I'm not really sure what's happening, but we're seeing some strategy, some sense come out into the gameplay right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is really, really amazing the way that Tempest really pulled that round back, and now they have a 7-2 lead. And I mean, in Inazuma, they really, you know, with the caliber of the players that they have, they shouldn't be losing these battles as they are. Oh boy, Fired Up just as I say, he shows up his skill. What a beautiful headshot on the Zoid. And these players, they know how to work those pistols, man. Although Tempest have the sight for themselves, they need to fight it back. Darkstar picking up a little bit damage, but he's gonna take down Fired Up immediately after he jumps back down towards the elbow. Here comes SK WoW, dashes in. And I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, but he should have expected another player to be there. But it is an eco, so it's all right for them so far. Cone trying to spray through that smoke, and finally, as it dissipates, he's gonna get one head for sure. These guys are so good with their pistols, man. And even though they're gonna get 1 or 2 kills at the max, it's gonna be Tempest who's gonna be shutting them down. Chops to get the last kill on the Cone, and now it is, you know, absolutely amazing how they put up this lead of 8-4, and Tempest have a very good lead in Inazuma. They need to get themselves back on track, or else it's going to be very difficult for them to get back into this game.
Ooh, well said. And at the same time, they've managed to fulfill their purpose beautifully. They managed to put as much damage as they can on an eco round, and that does mean that they're going to be able to eke out a buy. We're not going to be seeing a full shield on Cone, though. The person who is trying his hardest, trying to like put up those recon darts, get the information for his team, and the rest of his team are honestly like trying their best to play around the strategies that Tempest are coming around with, but Tempest is outclassing them at times, and they know that they have to be taking advantage of that confusion that Inazuma is being put into. Off the bat, we're going to be seeing a little bit of aggression coming out on the side of B. Zoid is going to be picking up that kill on Nightstar, but Cone over here is going to be picking up the slack again. Pulls out his Hunter's Fury, tries to get out anyone at all possible. Does try to get a little bit of damage, but Fired Up is going to be popping off. Gets a kill on Kubrick, gets a kill on Zoid. Brings it down to a 3v4 situation. Very doable for the defense side right now. They could really pull this off, but that Cosmic Divide has come into play. They have to play around the walls right now. I don't really know if they're going to be able to get that audio notification, but Chops is going to be just firing himself up. gets 3 Ks, and SK Wow is gonna be getting a couple of kills. Dashes out the right time, beautifully being played right now. Oh no, he did not have the bullets in his gun to manage to get the final kill, and Darkside is gonna be picking up that kill, putting the 9th round onto the board for the side of Team Tempest. Tempest is coming back with a storm, and they are the Tempest that we thought they were going to be. But can we look at the kill feed over there? Chobs was just popping off. He was just getting kills left, right, and center. He's the battle Cypher of the year. I'm loving how they're playing so far. A little bit of strategy has come out, and they're going in as a unit. Honestly, this is what I was expecting. I was not expecting a lot of utilities to come out, or even if they do, they were gonna be a little scattered out, a little just thrown out there, you know. That is exactly what they're doing, and I was expecting to see raw aim gameplay, and that is exactly what we're seeing. Because I didn't really expect them to be that good, like, you know, used to the lineups and the smoke positionings on the map of Bind, and they're not that experienced with that. They have to get that experience going on for them. Then we can see a little more of a strategic gameplay, but so far we're going in for raw aim game, and it is so beautiful to watch, and Inazuma is being pushed back hard. Nonetheless, we're going to be seeing a defender side, a timeout coming in from the side of Inazuma. They're trying to figure out where they're going wrong and how they can be falling back and retaking the sides. I hope they've got some good strategy, some fresh new strategy up for them, or else they're looking at certain death and they're going to be losing the entire match out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it is really, really, you know, important for Inazuma to try to bring this out into, you know, their hands, because 9-2, it's sort of seeming like a pretty much a deja vu, like what it was in the last map, right? Because 11-1 was where they shut it down, and now it can be minimum shut it down to 10-2. And Tempest, they're looking to do that as well. And here it is for Inazuma to play on. I mean, as much as we can tell them whatever they want to do, Tempest is just shutting them down, whatever you know they're trying. Just look at that Zoid. What a beautiful shot into SK Wow. And here comes another one. Fired up, finally getting 2. This man is showing up for his team time and time again. But honestly, he's not finding any support from the rest of his team. Gone. Okay, so the smoke will find direct shot somehow. And that's a good start for them in Inazuma. And it is so really important. Look at this, man. Omkar and Co, they just run out, and they have, I mean, they're just going to run out in the open. And
Switching
no
sides.
game plan whatsoever. And they're just going to give away their positions as well as their lives. Tempest, they're going to utilize this as much as they can, and they're going to welcome it with open arms, and they're going to take in that 10th round as well. I mean, what more can you say? Tempest are just putting on such a show, and Inazuma, look, Fired Up is doing such good work, right? I think this was the 3rd or maybe 4th round when he's getting a 2K for himself, and that was it on that B side. And now they are on the attack, and it's going to be difficult for them because guess what? They have that single duelist setup, and they are 8 rounds down.
Honestly, I swear, if Tempest is going to be pulling off the same strategies that they were pulling off on the side of the attackers, it might look really good for them. They have to play it a little slower this time, though, because Inazuma is going to be capitalizing on that entire push coming in from the entirety of Tempest. If they don't give that, they don't give them the peaks, honestly, Tempest could go in by storm, just like what, just hold the sites as hard as it can, become Fort Knox, and just push the entirety of Inazuma back. And Inazuma losing that entire role, losing that entire flow, having it on a 2-10 scoreboard in front of them, they're going to be a little, cautious. They're going to be a little on their back foot because they have to be a little more careful. If they don't, they're going to be losing their heads. And Tempest is going to be taking the fullest advantage of that. Now, on the bad, Nightzera tries to go in for, a positioning of that turret over there, but the gravity well is going to be pulling him out of position, and not much that he can do there. Tempest AZ is going to be holding that corner over there, trying to get at least one kill. But no, the entirety of Inazuma is going to be going in for that B peak, but Naik over here has a good positioning, has a good flank over there, just holding that cheeky angle, waiting for somebody to peek, and he does manage to get up a couple of kills for his own side. Looking good for Inazuma right now, but Tempest has to be bringing it back up. They have to use their main abilities at least to get it back, and the boom bout is going to be coming out to put up that distraction. That is going to be scaring Inazuma a little bit, and they could still bring it back, but no. Dark Side is going to be going down to the fired up, and Omkar is going to be getting that kill on Zoid. It's all up to Kubrick to get a few kills for himself, but no. Oh, okay, he puts in that recon dart and goes in for a 360. He knows that he can't do much, and the entire of Inazuma is going to be rushing in on him, and Fired Up is going to be able to manage to get that kill. Kubrick goes down to the hand of Fire Up. That is going to be the third round coming in from the side of Team Inazuma. They got a good thing going on right now, Universe, but then again, this is the first round of the second half. not a lot of abilities that we've seen, nothing that we can, properly predict. So I hope that they're going to be using more abilities to block out vision, to take control of sites, because right now Tempest is looking so strong. AZ is blocking out vision at the right time, playing time, just wasting as much time as they can, and they're just making the best of it. Like the entirety of the team are picking up on that information they're getting at the right time and just, hop in heads.
Yeah, absolutely, they are. And now, as a result, it's going to be Inazuma who finally have something to answer. The pistol round has gone in their favor, and now they have the weaponry advantage. They heard that teleport, and I'm pretty sure that was a kind of a bait, but it's going to be rendered useless because this owl drone is going to spot out both of these players over here who are sitting close by. Fired Up is going to get the first kill, and here comes the Bucky from that shot. It's going to damage one, but I thought they connected, but it actually didn't. And Kone's going to come and take down this flank coming in over here from Zoid and Chobs. And the last man standing, AEZ, has been heard coming in from the teleporter, and they're gonna go hunt him. Oh, they're waiting. They are waiting to get this kill, but he has a shoddy, and he has a good angle to get one kill at the bare minimum, and he's gonna get that actually. He is spotted out though, and he's gonna get sprayed down by Fired Up, and that's all it's going to be. And now it is all for the side of Inazuma to try and keep building up upon what they've built so far. It's 2 rounds at the bare minimum, but it's something that they can work upon with. It is one step at a time, and now the score is 10-4. The question is over here whether Tempest are going to be able to stop this bonus round, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to rush again because they have Spectres across the board, right? And how are they going to be handling this Tempest is the question.
Honestly, you're so right. And they do have a bonus round, but Fired Up does have a Phantom in his hands, so he can work wonders. He can work that magic that he needs to work to get the kills and to get that entry that his team needs to get into sight. But at the same time, Tempest looking super strong. They're going to go in for a little bit of a spread out, take over there. There's a hold over there. 3 resources, 3 of their players are going to be an A side, but Sova is going to be that floating factor, the one who goes back and forth to find out where most of the players are, and he's going to be playing with that. He's going to be taking as much information as he can with his recon darts, helping his teammates out, and just trying to get that initial peak. Nonetheless, we're going to be seeing a cheeky angle over Zoid here, really aggressive. If he does manage to get a kill, he has to fall back, or else he's going to be taken out. If he can get at least a single kill, which he is probably going to right now, it goes in for that tap gameplay, goes in for the dismiss, and falls right back. This is exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to get that first peak, the first kill of the round, to get that confidence factor going on for his team. Now the smokes are going to be coming in from the Resident Brimstone on the side of team Inazuma over here to get side control, and side control they've gotten, but they have to hold it down at the same time, and Tempest is looking super strong right now. They have to go in for that retake, but a beautifully positioned shock dart from Kone over there does mean that Darkseid is going to be going down, and a few more kills are going to be coming out from the side of Tempest. 2v4 situation, not a lot that Inazuma can do. 1 kill does go out of the second kill he tries to get, but he shall be denied that. The last kill is going to be coming from Chobs, the Battle Cypher, the one and only. Does manage to get the final kill, and that is going to mean the 11th round is going to be coming into play in Universe. That also means that Team Inazuma doesn't have the confidence factor that they need, and they've lost the momentum yet again. 1 more round is going to be coming into match point, and Team Inazuma has to pick up the slack, otherwise they're going to be facing certain death, and it's looking super good for Tempest right now. That smoke positioning coming from AZ, that coordination is finally something that we're getting to see, and it's being so beautifully played out, and Zoid getting the initial frag and just dismissing his way out of that position was so crucial to the entire team, gave them the information, gave them the advantage, the player advantage, and I'm loving what Tempest is showing so far.
Absolutely, you gotta be loving it if you're a Tempest fan right now, as well as the players on this team of Tempest as well, because they're showing such a great amount of skill over here to get this game into their bag. 11-4 up they are, and Inazuma, they're struggling. They need to get something done, and SK, wow, he's a single duelist, and he needs to dash into this side, and he needs to get the things going. But the question is whether he's gonna be having someone for his support. AZ gets spotted out, trying to spray those bullets through that tube right in between the side, but they're not gonna find any success. SK, wow, dashes in. Chobs is gonna come out and get one, and immediately he's gonna be going down. Fired Up with an immediate revive of his own, and now it's gonna be Inazuma who have the advantage in a 2v4. Q breaks, not quite sure if he wants to push that smoke yet, and here comes another smoke, trying to spam down and get some kills across, but that's not gonna happen. And now he's left in a 2v4. I don't exactly know if they're looking to go for this retake. He does have the owl drone to scout out anybody the close angles, and he's gonna call it out there. There is one towards Hookah who's holding out our position. and that recon dart is going to be all but their death because they're going to be revealed. And now Kubrix, he gets one back though. 1v3, not looking too likely. And there it is. Fired Up is going to shut him down. And it is going to be Inazuma who pull back another round, 5-11. I mean, as much as of an optimist I am, and you would love to see, you know, the whole point of a comeback happen, the fact that it is so beautiful the way comebacks, you know, take place, it is still as very difficult as it gets because of the fact that you are 6 rounds down, right? And to make up 6 rounds, you're going to have to go through at least 3 buy rounds of Tempest, which is very difficult to face. And even if you do that, it is still going to be difficult because after that, you're in this kind of a pressure situation where 11-11 or maybe 10-11, you need something different to work because you're not going to be able to do the same things that you did for the last 6 rounds. For the moment though, it is Tempest who have to hold out this push coming in again. There is a Bucky available, but it's not going to be of any use. No avail whatsoever. SKWow and Kone are going to be doing a lot of work over here for the team. And just like that, with the eco that was there for Tempest, it's going to be shot down so quickly, so imminently. Zoid and AEZ towards showers. I mean, they might have an idea that there is somebody over here for sure. There it is. He's firing onto the head of his own teammate, and looks like Nightzera didn't like that.
Nightzera did not like that at all. It's going to be picking up that kill. It's all up to Zoid to get a few kills at least, but no, Kone is going to be getting that kill on Zoid. They did have their Leers who worked with, but they didn't have the gunfire to answer back. But that was also a beautifully taken round by Inazuma over there, because they smoked in the right angles. Jet dashes in, tries to get the first frag, and his teammate is there to support him. That was enough confusion for Darkseid to not know what is happening to him, and that those frags just came in. They went in for a rush play. They did what Tempest was doing to them, and they're being able to take the rounds now. Now that momentum has been set up, and they have a hard climb to grind, Universe. They have to keep coming back with those plays. Otherwise, once they lose the momentum again, all Tempest has to do is get one round out of their side, and that confidence is going to come straight back to them. They have to just hold up for one more round, and the 13th round will be theirs. And they're looking super strong right now with the takes, the holes, and everything. They're falling back at the right time. They're communicating well. They're giving out the information properly, and they're managed to take the sides. But nonetheless, smokes are going to be coming in from the side of Astra, from the defender Astra over there, to block out any vision, which means that Inazuma is not going to be knowing where everybody is. That Drone tries to go in, but Zoid, having a beautiful positioning there, just taps Kone's head clean out of existence. The attacker kills are locked down. Is going to be coming in to push everybody out of sight, but Chove's being sneaky himself. Is going to be landing a kill on Nightzera, but that does mean that he's going to be locked down. He's going to be detained by the team. Then again, doesn't really matter because that one kill was what he was looking for, because he knew that entire push coming in from the rest of his teammates will mean that Inazuma has to fall back and go in for an A plant, and A plant is what is going to be happening. 40 seconds on the clock. They have some time to play around with Fired Up. His location is going to be given up. Zoid is going to be just jiggling and trying to get that head clean out of Fired Up's chest. But nonetheless, we don't really have a lot of information here right now from the side of Team Tempest. They have to be working with that. Kubrix is trying his best to get as much information he can with that Hunter's Fury, and the Spike plan has gone down. The retake scenario has been set up. Will Tempest be able to take it back? We shall see. The SKWow does manage to spot out Kubrix. Does try to go in for that kill, but no, it's going to be going away from danger, but no, Fired Up is going to be walking straight back into that danger. Gets taken out, but Tempest is just popping off. The coordination and the amount of information going out left, right, and center from Tempest over there. But Omkar is not going to be able to stick that. I mean, they have a lot of time, so it doesn't really matter. He was just trying to see if he's going to be able to stick that, right, Universe?
But yeah, I mean, see, you're not immortal. You might be. I mean, you might be immortal. I mean, immortal as in the rank immortal. You might even be radiant, but you're not immortal per se as in immortal to defuse standing on the Molotov, right? So, yeah, nice try, obviously, but in the end, it is Tempest who get that round. Inazuma, Quinn, do you see a comeback happening? Because 6-12 down, and they have not that great of a buy either. There is a Bulldog on one. I mean, they do have, you know, money going about a little bit here and there, but I'm not quite sure how they're going to be handling this round.
Honestly, Universe, I am loving that Tempest is living up to their name, and they're bringing the true meaning of Tempest out. They're just being such a storm, just falling back at the right time and going for the retakes together. And the amount of coordination, the communication coming in, they know where exactly everybody is without even having to peek it. So every member of the team is looking at the right angle, looking at the right corner, and being able to get the kills. Easy's gonna be popping up, gets Olgar SQ. Wow. Then the third kill is gonna be picked up by him also, and that hope from the side of Inazuma is gonna be going out, and the final kill is gonna be taken by Zoid. Beautifully done by Tempest, and so insanely done over there. Easy just popped off. He just didn't give him any room to breathe. That smoke went up. He knew he was going to be getting one kill at least, but he sprayed them both down, gets a third, and so well done by Tempest right now. The first map was a little bit of a warm-up for them, and Inazuma took that by storm, but Tempest was like, you know what? Sit down. We got it. We got the strategies that we need to bring it all back and bring it back. They did, Universe.
Absolutely. They brought it back all the way, and what a comeback win by them, right? Because you lost 13 to 10 in the first map, and then you battered them 13 to 1. I mean, yikes. I mean, Inazuma, I think that was the nail in the coffin for them. I think after that, I don't think they had any more confidence left in them. They did bring it back 6 rounds, but that was all they could pull up. There was half the amount of rounds, less than half the amount of rounds than that Tempest could put up, and it is very, very sad because Inazuma, we saw that they had the potential. They had a lot of things going their way. But in the end, it was Inazuma how they pull it all back. And we're going to see all of that happen by the match highlights that's going to be presented to you right now, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my, Quint, I did not expect that to happen because I really thought Inazuma were looking pretty good after that first map. But I am honestly surprised. And to be honest, very, very pleased to be, proved wrong by the way that I was thinking that Inazuma might just run away with this. And Tempest, I honestly, kudos and respect to them.
Yeah, so beautifully done by Tempest. Honestly, the first few rounds were chaotic, and they took advantage of that chaos. They just threw those abilities out and confused Inazuma so much that Inazuma didn't know where to step even. They didn't know where to shoot. They didn't know where to look. And Tempest was just so focused, and they went in for those kills, and they just started getting those frags and brought the rounds back. And once they got that advantage and they got that snowball rolling, that's all they needed. They needed that confidence, and that is exactly what they had. And Inazuma was broken down by that confidence factor on the side of Tempest. They tried to bring it back by a few rounds. They still didn't lose hope. They still went in for those rounds. They brought it back to 12-6, and they could have fought out for a little longer. But honestly, Tempest was super strong right now, and they had what it takes to be the champions. And that also means Universe that they're going to be able to rest easy a little bit because they're not that haphazardly placed towards the bottom part of the leaderboard anymore, and they can honestly take a little bit of a breather and start coordinating again, go back to the the drawing board, understand how they should be changing up their strategies, understanding who plays better with what agent, because this agent lineup that they had right now was so good. They managed to pull it off so beautifully, and although I was a little skeptical about Zoid picking up that Reyna, he did manage to pull it off, and he was just so insane with those dismisses. He was not playing with the Leers, he was playing with the dismiss, and I loved what he showed us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so good by the side of Tempest. I mean, honestly, I got it for before I talk about Tempest and about how they won this map. I'm gonna have to give my credit to Fired Up because that man tried so hard. He did so much for his team on that B side during defense, Quinn, because there were so many rounds where he just got 2 kills back to back to back. And even this round, he won. I mean, that round was where he got a clutch for his team. One of those rounds where he had to face off Kubriks in a 1v4, which was brought down to 1v1 by Kubriks. And then he was the one to clutch it out for his team to put up the round on the board. And what a guy he is, honestly, Fired Up. But his efforts, unfortunately, as hard fought as they were, go for just good for only 1 point, which they have picked up on the first map. And Inazuma, I mean, they survive for sure. They will have 1 point on the board, but I'm pretty sure that's not what they wanted, right? Because going into this matchup, they pretty much thought, okay, guys, we're going to try to get in that top 4 position. We're going to take this game by the horns and we're going to put them down. But Tempest was just so good in those second and third maps that, that 1v1 potential just shifted towards their team, and the team executes was so good. The way they were executing their trades was so good. All of the utility usages improved over that second map, especially like we saw AZ come out with that Astra using those gravity pulls, the stuns, and everything that he did worked out so well for his team. And not just to mention him, but also the duelists who were running in, getting those kills. SK Wow, Direct Sword, they were getting killed sometimes as well, but they were immediately being traded off. So the role as a duelist was being fulfilled by them so perfectly. And in the end, Tempest put it all the way down to 13-6, and the final nail in the coffin for the side of Inazuma, as both of these teams have played their sixth match, ladies and gentlemen, and Tempest look like they might just survive this season after all.
They actually might. They're not going to be at the bottom anymore, and they've done so well. They deserve to go up that leaderboard. They're trying their hardest. They've gone back to the drawing board. They know what they have to do. But the only thing that I was dubious about was their pick on Ascent. I feel like they're strong on the map of Ascent, but they were not strong with the agent selection that they came up with. But on the other two maps, they were so coordinated and so well put together that I loved seeing them play. But at the same time, Inazuma, so much potential, and they gave their all too, but they fell short a little bit on the information communication sort of thing, but nonetheless they gave it their all, and I'm loving what Tempest is bringing so far. They played it out oh so beautifully, and they just took it out so well. And AZ, we were like missing out on those gravity wells and concussions, right? And he brought it back. It's almost like he heard us and he's like, you know what, I'll show you what I can do with the Astra. And he showed us exactly what he can do. Can we look at AZ over there? 3 kills. This guy is a god. He just sprayed down 2 and went in for that third. He did not even falter, and he just kept going at it. So beautifully done by Tempest. And they were really good on the attack side. They went in for good takes, and they were just throwing abilities out there to block out vision and keep Inazuma on their toes and keep them confused. And Inazuma was so confused for the first half that they couldn't even react. They couldn't breathe. Tempest choked them down really hard. And yeah, honestly, I love Tempest for it because they were doing that with such coordination. And when they were entering a site, it was like a unit. It was like a SWAT team unit where they were looking at the right angles and they were not double peeking an angle. They were setting up proper crossfires. They were relying on their teammates to check the angles that they're responsible for. And they were doing that so beautifully, taking the sides beautifully, retaking the sides beautifully. But Inazuma was just left a little bit short-handed, a little fall off in the communication side. But nonetheless, both amazing teams and amazing show of gameplay universe.
Absolutely. It was an amazing gameplay by both of these teams, but it was just Tempest who had a little bit better of a gameplay towards the very end as they shut it down 2-1 and they take the third map for themselves. And now they're going to be moving up the table in the group standings at a bare minimum. For the moment, let's just have a look at how the entire series has been panned out as we head into the map screen and look at the scorelines, because Tempest, they're going to be very happy looking at that, aren't they?
Honestly, 13-10, Inazuma did try to bring it back, but then Tempest, 13-1, 13-6. They just brought it back so hard, Inazuma couldn't breathe. And yes, like you said, in the group standings, they're going to be going a little bit up, and they're going to be able to breathe now. They're not going to be worried about being relegated anymore because they can put up the fight again. And once they get the second map into their favor too, they also might stand a chance to put up a really safe spot on the group standings. And that also means that Inazuma has to pick up the slack a little bit. They're going to be going a little further down. But what I'm concerned about is the bottom 2 teams. But nonetheless, speaking of this matchup right now, such a wild card sort of matchup, because in the beginning of the entire game, I told you that I was not sure of who was going to win because they're both equally so good. Tempest and Inazuma, these are household names that we've heard for a long time. Tempest being a little newer, but then the players of Inazuma have been in the scene for a long time. We know what they're capable of, and I was expecting a lot, and they did deliver, but they just fell short of Tempest's superior prowess a little bit. And I love how Tempest put it out for them. And honestly, congratulations, Tempest, on getting the win. Please go forward with that. Just practice a little more, get it all back onto your side, and keep winning, because this is exactly what the TEC Gauntlet is for, powered by WD Back and AMD Ryzen Radeon. This is exactly what we're here for giving you that platform to step up, improve, experience what you have to experience, and start bringing the fight back to all of the other pro teams. And this is exactly what Tempest and Inazuma are doing, and they're doing such a good job of it. But nonetheless, if you guys want to join in on this action and you think that you stand a chance to get up onto that group standings, go down there and yeah, just click on the description, just sign yourself up and hop on in. The qualifiers are going to be open in some time. Season 2 is going to be starting. But nonetheless, we're going to be going into the group standings to see how all the teams are placed and where they stand.
Yeah, and as you can see, Tempest have gone above Inazuma. Although they have the same points as them, it's going to be 5 and 6. That's going to be very closely contested. And now, even if Simple win out one map, they're going to have to do a lot more work to get up to that sixth position. Tempest have got themselves safe for the moment, and sort of like, I would like to say this is more of a safe haven for both of these teams, that Tempest won and Inazuma had one map at the very least, because now Insignia and Simple, if they need to take them over, they need to win two. And that might be difficult for them because they've not won a single map till now. I mean, single game till now. And if Inazuma and Tempest might just be safe if they stick to this, series. If they win one map more from any of their next, that is from the last game that they have left. If they win one map more, they're gonna have 6 points and they're gonna be equal to Valor. And then they're probably gonna be pretty much safe from Simple and Insignia overtaking them because they do not have those wins in their bags.
True, but at this point, universe, it's either Tempest or Inazuma. If they lose out their next matchup, they might be going straight down, and depends upon how Simple and Insignia are going to be performing. Like you said, one more win, and they're going to be able to get that momentum, and they have to get two in. But if Simple and Insignia are going to be taking one win each, then it's going to be super hard for them. They have to get the 2 kills going up, the 2 points going up, because any other mistake coming in from Tempest or Inazuma is going to mean that they're going to be going into the red zone and facing relegation. So this is a really stormy side of the map of the group standings over here. Tempest, Inazuma, Simple, and Insignia. These 4 are going to be fighting tooth and nail to maintain that 5th and 6th positioning. Because any slip up from any side of the teams over here is going to mean that the other team is going to be taking over. Meanwhile, look at the gods up on top, the first 4 positioning. The first 4 positions, Godlike, Global, Force One, and Valor. They're just chilling over there with all of the name and all of the gameplay that they need. They know that they have what it takes to be up there on the top 4, and they've given us the fight that we've been looking for. But at the same time, Tempest and Inazuma, if they start picking up and they start bringing that fight back, Valor is going to be a little scared because they might just be like pushed down just a teeny tiny bit. But the top 3 are looking super strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a catfight for that 4th position now, because if Tempest or Inazuma, either one of them win out their next match, Valor they do have 2 matches in their hand and they have the potential to just, go right above on top and not let them come anywhere close to them. But if Valor lose or, even get 1 point in their next 2 matches, then there is a chance that either Tempest or Inazuma could go right above them, and that 4th spot is going to be fought for very hard by these 3 teams. It's just 1 point that separates the 3 teams for that 1 spot, but the advantage for Valor is the fact that they have a game in hand. So it's only going to be for us to see whether they're going to be able to maintain that 4th spot, or is it going to be Inazuma or Tempest who are going to be coming up clutch in the last game of their season, in the group standings at least. And they're going to try to make it to the playoffs as hard as they can, because we know this is going to be very important for them. They might as well have secured their place in the TEC Gauntlet Season 2 by staying in the 5th and 6th position, but it's only for them to see. For now though, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the 1 p.m. game, and we really hope you guys enjoyed that, because it was quite a bit of a, the session between both of those teams. 2-1, it went to Tempest, but very hard fought by Inazuma as well. Now they need to go back to the drawing board and see what they can do better for their last match. But as we head in, you don't forget, we do have another match coming up later in the evening. It is going to be Force 1 versus Valor, number 3 versus number 4, and it's going to be quite a matchup there also. So stick around. Be sure to also get your Red Bull cans. The QR scan code is going to be popping up every now and then. And get your Red Bull cans and get yourselves that energy that you need for the 8 p.m. game. Pretty sure that you guys would have loved this as well. And don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon if you want to get more notifications about these super amazing matches that are being played every single day. As we head in towards the climax of the TEC Gauntlet Season 1 group stages, it's only getting spicier and it's only getting better, because once we head into the playoffs, it's all going to be for hell to play for. And thank you for tuning in, and make sure while you're down there in the description, check out WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon products. Get yourself some upgrades and play like the pros like they just did today. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to be seeing you very soon. And happy gaming. See you all later.
What's this?